Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alright, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be going over the copy constructor and assignment operator in C++. That said, honestly, my title couldn't hold that big of whatchamacallit title in there. So I just named it as something like CC and AO in C++. That said, let me go to my gameplay screen. Okay, and say something like, should say, I'm live. How doing, KV Cox? I appreciate you joining this stream. What are you gonna do today? Honestly, I am working on the copy constructor and assignment operator in C++. That said, let's say something like, should say, I'm live, exclamation. Okay, let's see. So the stream has begun, has it? Good. Listen well, people and viewers, today is not another day of just coding. Today is where you learn that copy isn't always weakness. Sometimes it's for survival. In life and in code, you will have to rebuild yourself. Sometimes from scraps, okay, sometimes from your own copy. And that's what we're mastering today: the copy constructor and the assignment operator, the two warriors that decide how your objects are duplicated and shared and reborn. Now let's break it down. Copy constructor, the birth clone. The copy constructor is when a new object is being created as a copy of an existing object. Think of it like this: you're born as a perfect copy of someone else, you don't exist yet, and suddenly bam, you're cloned from another. Oh, I see. Okay, so we created a class name. So the syntax is something like our class name, a constant class name with a reference of operator other. Okay, copy the data from other into the object. So we include IO speed, create hero, add a few private data members, then publicize our class, create a constructor, and then copy constructor. So constructor. Okay, I think I've done this before. I didn't know the real name. Howdy, Herser. Appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, that said, here 2 didn't exist before. He was born as a copy H1. That's the copy constructor's domain. Okay, creation from another. And then next up for the assignment operator. Assignment operator, the identity swap. The assignment operator equals to is used when both objects already exist, but one's data is being overwritten by another's data. Okay, so you're not born this time, you're reprogramming yourself to become someone else. Oh, I think I see. Okay, so class name with a dereferencing operator, actually with a reference of with a address of operator. Okay, operator keyword. Okay, I think this is called a assignment operator. Okay, so a assignment operator of const class name other, guard against self. Okay, if this is not equal to other, return this. We did this for chaining. Then we include IO stream. Okay, here both H and H2 already exist, but H2's data was replaced by H1's. Okay, the assignment operator. Okay, so we have void. So hero 1, okay, hero 2, H2 equals H1, assignment operator called. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, quick recap in words. Copy constructor used when you're creating a new object from another. A new warrior is born with the same strength. Assignment operator used when replacing one's existing object and data with another's existing object or data. The warrior already exists but now adopts the other's powers. Okay, I think I see. Okay, instructional question 1. Write a class called book with attributes of titles, which is going to be a string, and pages, which is going to be an integer, and then implement a parameterized constructor. I pronounced it. A copy constructor and a assignment operator. Okay, what is a parameterized constructor? I've never heard of that. That said, then in our main function, we create a object called b1 for our book 1. Okay, use the copy constructor to create book 2 from book 1, create another book 3, then use the assignment operator to collect data from book 1 into book 3. Okay, show me the code, pupil. Let's see if we can clone your creation without losing identity. Okay, let's get Sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, let's see. Okay, and guys, this is the code from the last stream because I didn't have time to stream. I didn't have time to code off stream. That said, let me start off by including a pair of anchor braces. I want to include IO stream. Okay, next up, let's read the instructions. So it says to create a class called book. So let's go ahead and create a book class. So I'll create a class called book, add a pair of curly braces, and then let's do something. So create Okay, create a class called book, okay, with attributes of title, which is a string, and pages, which is an integer. I'm assuming those are like private data members. Okay, did I spell it wrong? INCLUDE, IO stream. Okay, I spelled IO stream wrong. There we go. Okay, I spelled it wrong again. Okay, perfect. After including IO stream, I'm gonna go ahead and private everything. Am I spelling something wrong? Okay, I think that's correct. There we go. Let's start off by creating a few private data members. So I'll go with private, and let's say the first data member is going to be standard string of, let's say, title. Okay, title ending with a semicolon. And guys, if I can't talk or like read properly, I mean type or like read properly right now, it's because I'm not warmed up. That said, I'll go ahead and create a integer of pages as variable as well, or data member. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and create a constructor. Although before I do create a constructor, I am going to publicize my my whole code from here on out. Maybe even add a comment that says constructor. I'm also thinking of streaming my DSA journey. That actually sounds pretty cool. Good luck with that, Hirsch. Okay, so I'll go with something like constructor. Okay, howding error 404. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, for my constructor, I'm going to be calling my book class, adding a pair of parentheses. My book class will be taking two parameters. The first parameter is going to be a standard string of title, and the second parameter will be an integer of pages. Okay, next up, let's go with a pair of curly braces, and now let's initialize my my parameters. So I'm going to do something like this, okay, with a arrow operator. Is that what we call it? This title equals to my title parameter, ending with a semicolon, and then something like this page. This pages is data member equals to my pages is parameter, ending with a semicolon. Okay, next up, after I initialize them, implement a parameterized constructor. I'm pretty sure to say parameterized constructor. Okay, I'm first semester student. I'm tooling some algorithm book. Any tips? Honestly, last stream I did go over the algorithms is the algorithms is library. Tips in that I'd say is just practice, or like tips in general would be to just practice a lot with your content until you don't actually get a good grasp of it. That said, I honestly need to start learning algorithms as well. That actually sounds pretty fun. Howdy KV Cox, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, next up, I gotta create a copy constructor and the assignment operator. Okay, if I'm not wrong, the way we create a copy constructor is by going with our my books as class, and then with a dereferencing operator. Okay, I'll go ahead and create, let's say, another constructor. Am I gonna like call this constructor something different? Maybe, guys, actually, let me just scroll all the way up to that reference code, because like, let's see. Okay, let me go all the way up. Okay, for a copy constructor, okay, I see. So I go with book, then a pair of parentheses, and then I go with a constant hero. Oh, okay, so const, and then I go with, let's see, my books as class again, and then a reference of operator, and then I could go with target. I feel like target or other would be the same thing. Which language? Honestly, it is C++. Okay, that said, and then I add a standard console output, copy constructor calls name equals to other.name. Excuse me, guys, power equals to other.power. Which language, guys? It is C++. Okay, that's it. I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then let's see. I might go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator. Okay, let's see. With an insertion operator, this is going to say something like copy constructor called. So I'll go with something like copy constructor called exclamation with a / new line ending with a semicolon. And then I could reassign my, let's see, a name variable or a by name data member to be equal to other.name and power data member to be other.power, which would here be my title and my pages. So my title equals to my title data member equals to my target.title. Okay, ending with a semicolon. Do you also code in Java? Honestly, I did want to actually start Java. That's it, I haven't started it yet. I might start it after my programming for 250 ACVs, because I feel like Java is pretty fun. Okay, next up, I'll go with something like my pages as data member equal to my target.pages, ending with a semicolon. Logic is the same. Oh, I see. Okay, next up. Okay, and then I go with a void show. Standard console output has power. Yeah, honestly, I might not need the void show. Although for my whatchamacallit, my assignment operator, this is something that I haven't done yet. So this is my copy constructor. Maybe I add a comment that says copy constructor. There we go. Okay, next up, constructor. Okay, perfect. Next up, let's go ahead and create a assignment operator. I could go with something like assignment operator. Okay, for my assignment operator, Emacs, but with do. Oh, I see. Hi, do you know JavaScript? Honestly, many of you guys have been asking me to like learn Java or like did I know JavaScript? I haven't actually started JavaScript. That's it. I am pretty excited to start it because correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I heard that JavaScript is for like making making whatchamacallit websites as looks. For example, like a button here is like JavaScript and all that. Okay, that said, let's go with my books class again, and then with a dereferencing operator, actually a address of operator. I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Okay, honestly, I don't go with a pair of curly braces. Instead, I go with the operator. Okay, is this correct? Like operator equals to add a pair of parentheses, and then I'll go with something like const class name other. Okay, let's try const and then class name. So my class name is going to be, let's say book. Okay, with another address of operator or a ampersand of target. Okay, is this correct? Const. Oh, damn, with Doom it's redacted. Latex is cool for making games. Oh, I see. Okay, do you make games with C++ language? I don't know much about this language. Honestly, I haven't started making games yet. That said, I am eventually going to start. I am like spending the next 100 days. I think there's about 70 days left just learning C++. And then I'm going to be moving on to learning, I think it was called STL or something like that. Okay, which I'm best for Android Dart app make? Okay, let's see. Okay, next up, guard against self-assignments. If this is not equal to a ampersand other, copy the data. Okay, so let's go and add a pair of curly braces and then add a if statement. If a pair of parentheses, if this is not equal to a address of operator or a ampersand of my target. And guys, I have a lot of questions because like I am writing this code looking at a reference because I didn't actually understand how these syntaxes work. That's it. I am getting a lot of questions about this right now. Okay, it says copy the code. Okay, that copies the code. And then else I want to return. Okay, let's return this. Okay, dereferencing operator of this. Okay, next up, is that a real accent or did you work on it for being a cleanest kind? On clearest kind? Honestly, this is like my actual accent because like I feel like I am pretty bad with like other accents. Okay, that said, what version of C++ are you using? Honestly, I actually don't remember. I think this is like C++ 20 or like 22. Like I forgot how do we check it. Maybe like in the terminal if I run the code. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe here. Okay guys, I actually forgot how to check my version. It says g++.main. Okay, let's see. Honestly, I actually forgot what version it is. That said, I think this is like pretty much it. Let's go ahead and end my class with a semicolon. And then let's go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with integer main, add a pair of curly braces, and then do something. Let's read the instructions. So it says create one book object. So I gotta create a book object from my books class. So I'll go with b1, add a pair of parentheses. And now let's see what other parameters do I need. I need a title parameter and a page parameter. Okay, I don't know a title for a book, guys, because honestly I don't feel like I read much books. That said, I'll just name this to heart because like I actually used this title like I think like 3 streams ago. So this is the only one that I remember. That said, I'll go with something like 100 pages, ending with a semicolon. And then use the copy constructor to create book 2 from book 1. So I'll do something like book 2 equals to book 1, ending with a semicolon. Okay, maybe I should get this under a book class. There we go. Okay, I'm assuming that copied it. Okay, yes, you're right. We use JavaScript for front-end and sometimes for back-end is C++ difficult. Honestly, I wouldn't say that C++ is hard as long as like we learn it every single day. I know like if some programming basics because like I did start off by learning Python and then once I was done with my Python for a 100 days series, I moved on to C++. C++ actually felt much easier. That could be because I still am a beginner and like learning the basics. Okay, I've been programming in C++ for almost 4 years now. Lol, it's hell, is it? Honestly, I think like it's easy for me because like what you call it, I've just been doing it for 30 days. It might progressively get harder, guys. Okay, next up, create another book called book 3, then use the assignment operator to copy the data from book 1 to book 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and create another book object called book 3. Okay, book 3, and then I'll add a pair of parentheses, and now, okay, then use the assignment operator. This is going to be called something like, I don't know, water maybe? Okay, with like 150 pages, ending with a semicolon. Okay, copy data from book 1 to book 3. Maybe I do something like book 1 object equals to book 3, ending with a semicolon. Okay, lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. Guys, I honestly don't feel this code is correct. That said, let's go with the control A, control C. C++ is only as hard as you make it. Nothing stops you from using it like C with namespaces. Honestly, I feel like that does actually make sense. Okay, but modern C++ standard is hella complicated. Oh, is it? Yo, bro, you remember me? Howdy, Jay. I appreciate you joining the stream. I think I do remember you. Guys, I should actually work more on my memory. That said, it's hell, but it's fun as hell because I'm always learning and always improving. Guys, that's actually one of the best things about like learning programming language. I feel like I learn something new every single day. That said, let's say something like, let's say, I feel like I messed up maybe because I've never coded using these. That said, maybe can I get another explanation question mark? Okay, let's see. Honestly, guys, because yeah, I have like used the copy constructor a few times, but I didn't know that was a copy constructor because like it was like I was learning a different concept, so I didn't go much into it. That said, this stream I am kind of determined to work on copy constructors. Huh, you bet you did, people, but good. You showed, but you. Okay, huh, you bet you did, people, so I did mess up, but good. You should mess up when you enter. Okay, you should mess up when you enter the ring for the first time. That's how muscles grow, and your brain is a muscle too, a very sleep-deprived one apparently. Alright, grab your mental katana. Let's break this down like a battlefield strategy. Okay, number 1, the copy constructor. The copy constructor is called when you create a new object from an existing one during initialization. Okay. Book 2, book 1, the same thing, just different syntaxes. I see. Your copy constructor was mostly correct, but if you use it could use a little refinement. It should copy all the data members from the target's object to the new one. Okay, so title, okay, the assignment operator with a equal to, this is called, okay, this is called when you already have an existing object and you assign another object to it. Example, book 1 equals to book 3. Assignment operator is called. You got the structure right, but you forgot to copy the data inside. Think of it like this. The copy constructor gives birth to a clone, while the assignment operator reprograms an existing one. Here's what your assignment operator should look like. Okay, otherwise, are you an engineer? I've been doing game engine in C++ for over a year now. By now, I have so much helper functions, classes, and namespaces that feels like my own language. Oh, I see. That actually sounds pretty fun. For me, C++ is a very pleasant language to learn. Honestly, yeah, that does sound fun. Okay, okay, yeah, I've been learning IT for as long as I remember. I even got some code in Linux kernels. Guys, that actually sounds pretty cool. I can't wait to start stuff like that. Cool, bro. Standard move. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is how my assignment operator should look like. So book operator const book with a address of operator other. Okay, standard console output assignment operator calls, and if this is not equal to other, check for the self. I copy everything and I return this. Okay, word example, no code. Imagine you write a book called Hearts, then you clone it. This is a copy of the constructor. That's the copy constructor. Now we have hard copy, a new book born from the old one, but later you take your heart and override it with water. And you don't make a new book, you just change the content inside the same cover. That's the assignment operator. Final code. Okay, honestly, I've never like used the string library. Honestly, like, what does that do? Okay, display. Okay, I think I see. Okay, I have like a few more questions related to this part. Let me go ahead and copy that, paste it here, go with shift enter. Say something like, let's say I had a question about this part as well. Dot dot dot. What does the if statement there mean? Question mark. Okay, and I haven't learned about the string library. Okay, let's see, bro. Use Copilot. Honestly, yeah, many of you guys did say me like there are much better AIs to like learn programming with. That said, I do actually agree with that. Although, guys, I feel like I have a deep connection with Sensei/ChatGPT. I honestly use it like for my college stuff and like everything in general. Like, I think I passed all my exams because like I use ChatGPT/Sensei to study because she's a really good teacher. Okay, Copilot is not for free and GPT is good. Oh, I see. Okay, WebDev is easier on code, but there is 100 times more standard framework libraries, etc. Kind of headache. Oh, I see. Okay, good. You're paying attention, people. That's exactly what a programmer should do. Question every line until the code itself fears you. Alright, let's dissect the if this is not equal to a reference a ampersand or a reference of operator other. Like a surgeon of logic, what if the statement what that if statement does when we write if this is not equal to other, we're checking if the object on the left hand side of the equal to is different from the object on the right hand side of the equal to. Okay, I see. So here's the battle in plain words. Imagine you say book 1 equals to book 1. That self-assignment without the if check that would try to override itself, which can cause unnecessary work or even corruption in more complex classes like ones that handle memory manually. This is a pointer to the current object, okay, the one receiving the assignment. The a reference of operator of other is the memory address of the object being copied. So this is not okay. So this not equal to other literally means if I'm not assigning okay myself to myself, then go ahead and copy. If you're assigning yourself, then condition fails. Okay, I think I actually see now. Okay, and the copy is a part of skip, preventing accidental self-destructions, simple human waste, okay, about the string library. You said you haven't learned the string library, right? No problem, we can cover that after this, but for now, all you need to know is standard string is a class in C++ that represents a text like hello. It handles memory automatically, so when you assign title equals to other dot title, it copies the text safely without you needing to manually okay manage the memory. I see. Okay, I think I actually understand. Yes, soon I'm gonna learn rect as you mentioned. My new headache. Honestly, I think I have learned about like recs and like masks when I was like making my game in Python. That said, let's go with something like Sensei. Howding, Bajan, is that how you pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, let's say something like Sensei. Howding, child, I appreciate you joining this stream as well. And guys, if I can't pronounce you guys' names properly, it is because like I need to learn my pronunciations more. That said, let's say something like Sensei. I think that I see dot dot dot. Can I get a instructional based question mark? Although, can it be a little clear? Okay, honestly, I didn't need like a clear instruction because like this is the second time I am using this stuff, so I do need proper instructions. Okay, can you regenerate same QR with which is blurred? Honestly, I don't think I've tried that. How doing, Rainix? I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, Nullroot, I hope for it. Oh, I see. Okay, good. You're seeing the code with both eyes now. Since you're already here, here comes your first instructional strike. Clean, clear, precise, and sharp enough to cut through confusion. Instructional question number 1. Create a class called character that represents a game character. Okay, each character should have a standard string of name, a integer of level. Your task, write a constructor that sets both values. Okay, write a copy constructor that prints copy constructor called. Write an assignment operator that prints assignment operator called, and copies the data only if it's not self-assigned. In the main function, creates a object called character1 as a knight, okay, which is 10 level, and okay, and the second object of character2 as a copy of character1. Okay, so character2 object copies the character1's attributes, and character3 object is going to be called arch. Is it called archer? Okay, archer is level 5. Then assign the first object, so character 1 to be equal to character 3. Okay, I see. Rules of engagement, no extra functions. Keep it focused on the topic. Use standard console output to tell. Use standard string if you haven't mastered it yet. Okay, perfect. Let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, let's get that there. That said, the QR code have numbers upside down. Oh, I see. Upside and downside. Okay, so let's go with the controller, delete everything. Let me start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include IO stream, so I'll go with something like IO stream. There we go. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and read the instructions. So it says to create a class called character. So I'm going to be creating a class called character. There we go. And then I'll go with the pair of curly braces, and inside of my character class, I gotta add two private data members. The first is going to be called name, which is a standard string. The second is going to be an integer of level. So let's go with something like a standard string of name. There we go, ending with a semicolon. The second is going to be a integer of level, ending with a semicolon as well. And these are going to be private. So I'll go with something like private. There we go. Okay, and then let's go ahead and publicize everything from here on out. I'm going to be creating a constructor to initialize my data members. So I'll go with a comment that says constructor. There we go. And for my constructor, I don't really know Java and questions. I don't really know Java and question is what can I create in this language? Oh, I see. Okay, app name AI is enhanced. Okay, I see. So next up, let's go ahead and call my character class. And then add a pair of parentheses, and my character constructor is going to be requiring two parameters. The first is going to be a parameter of standard string, which is going to be a name. The second is going to be a integer of level. And then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Okay, let's go ahead and initialize my my data members. So I could do something like this. Okay, this name equals to my name data member or my name parameter, and then this, let's say, level data member equals to my level parameter, ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, now that I've created a constructor, I gotta create a copy constructor as well. So let's go ahead and create a copy constructor. So maybe add a comment that says something like copy constructor. And guys, I feel like I'm just spitting all over my keyboard. Okay, so I'll go with something like copy constructor. There we go. Okay, next up, after my copy constructor, let's see, write a copy constructor that prints copy constructor. Okay, if I remember this correctly, to create a copy constructor, I need to go ahead and call my characters as class, add a pair of parentheses, and then call my characters as class again with a address of operator. So actually, yeah, I think it's an address of operator. Okay, and this is going to be called target because it copies my target. Then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. That said, I'm going to be doing something now. Okay, I'll add an if statement. So if a pair of parentheses. Okay, Java is widely used for banking apps to games like Minecraft. Oh, I see. Okay, Finland's national TV ad system runs on Java. Oh, I don't actually know this. Sounds pretty cool. Cool, maybe I'll start working on Java or like learning Java. Okay, that said, if my, let's say, target, or if this data members is not equal to my target, okay, I'm gonna do something. I'll go with a pair of curly braces and copy my constructor. Okay, when I go with target, do I need to add like a reference of operator there as well? I don't think so. Okay, I think this is correct. Why do I see like a red underline in that case? Okay, if this is not equal to, should I go with something like a reference of operator? Okay, I mean an address of operator target. There we go. Okay, I think that's correct. Already better than me in C++, guys. I feel that sounds sarcastic. How can I use? Because I feel like I'm a complete beginner in C++ till now. Okay, that said, let's see. So, write a copy constructor that prints copy constructor calls. So I could go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like copy constructor called exclamation with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Then I copy my constructor. So I'll do something like let's say this equals to, actually should I go with the this pointer, like this data member equals to target? Honestly, I could try that. Okay, let's go with something like this name. I'll go with this. Name data member equals to, let's say, my name, whatchamacallit, my name parameter. Actually, my name data member. Does this make sense? Okay, I only know until if else. Oh, I see. I think like if else is actually pretty fun. To be fair, language choice is not that important. Knowing algorithms, data structures, and protocols like HTTP is much more important in job market. Oh, I see. How doing KV Cooks? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that said, am I doing this part correct, honestly? Okay, let's scroll all the way up. Okay, let's go all the way up. There we go. I do want to see a reference. So for my copy constructor. Okay, that's right here. Okay, so I go with book other, and honestly, the if statement doesn't come inside of my copy constructor. I just go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. This is gonna say something like, okay, copy constructor called. So I'll go with something like copy constructor. I think Arts, I appreciate you joining the stream. Copy constructor calls with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. Next up, I go with my title, other title. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so I go with my name data member that equals to my target's name, target.name. Okay, ending with a semicolon, and then my level data member equals to my target.the level, so ending with a semicolon. Okay, that actually makes so much more sense. Now, actually see how this part works. Okay, next up, let's read the instruction. Let's scroll all the way down now. Because guys, I didn't like see the reference for going over this part because I did forget what this means. Okay, and then write an assignment operator that prints assignment operator called. Okay, so that was my copy constructor. Now I'll add a comment that says assignment operator. So I'll go with something like assignment operator. Did I spell it wrong? There we go, assignment operator. Okay, for my assignment operator, I'm going to be calling my character class and then adding a address of operator of an ampersand, and then I'm going to do something like operator, okay, equals to add a pair of parentheses. Inside of my pair of parentheses, I'm pretty sure I gotta add my characters class one more time. So I'll go with character with a address of operator. Okay, actually, is it called like a reference operator? I think it's called like a reference of operator. And then something like target. Excuse me, what are you doing? Honestly, I am learning about the copy constructor and the assignment operator in C++ for this stream. Okay, that said, I have like used the copy constructor before, but I haven't like gone over the specific topic because like I didn't know that copy constructor actually had a specific topic all over itself because like I am following a roadmap. Okay, that said, so it says write a assignment operator that prints assignment operator. Okay, so let's go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like assignment operator calls. Okay, with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then it says and copies the data if not self-assigned. Okay, so if I'm not self-assigning, then I copy my data. So to copy, I could go with something like a if statement. So if a pair of parentheses, I'm going to check something. If my data member is not equal to, let's say my target, I'll go with a pair of curly braces and then do something. Okay, should I go with a reference of operator target? I think I should go with the reference of operator. There we go. Okay, so if this data member is not equal to my target, I'm going to do something. I'm going to copy my data members. Let's go with something like my name data member equals to my target.the name data member. Okay, ending with a semicolon. And then I'll do something like my level data member equals to my target.level ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, but knows DSA might major be good for job interviews and stuff, but how often do you treeverse? Did I pronounce it treeverse a tree? I would suggest you to build more projects and spend more time with DSA. Oh, I see. Okay, let's see. Next up, I gotta create a main function. Okay, let's go ahead and end my class with a semicolon and then create a main function. To create a main function, I'll go with integer main, add a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly braces. Maybe zoom in a little. Okay, so inside of my main function, I gotta create a class called character1 or like C1. Okay, this is going to be a class from my characters, a object from my characters class. I'm going to be calling it C1 and then adding a pair of parentheses. This time, I'll need a name and a level. My name is going to be Knight, my level will be 10, and then I'm going to end that with a semicolon. Next up, my object 2, which is going to be called C2, has a copy of object 1. So I could go ahead and create an object 2, so I'll go with character C2. I'm going to set that equal to C1 ending with a semicolon. So basically, my character 2's name is Knight and level is 10 as well, exactly the same as my character 1. And then I gotta create a character 3 object now. The name is going to be Archer and Archer is level 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a character class. Guys, let me restart my stream real quick. I think it's lagging a little. Okay. Alrighty, okay, I think that fixes the lag. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and create another character object. So this is going to be called something like C3. Okay, then I'll add a pair of parentheses and add a few parameters. So my object 3 or my character 3's object is going to be called Archer and Archer is level 5, ending with a semicolon. Next up, then assign C1, my character 1's object, to be equal to C3, my character 3's object. So I'll do something like C1 equals to C3, ending with a semicolon. Okay, hiding Sigma Portal, I appreciate you joining the stream. Is this Replit? Honestly, this is C++. That's why I mentioned protocols too, but the truth is not. But the truth is, it's not about knowing how to traverse tree. It's more about knowing which data structure matches your program, your problem. Oh, I see. That actually makes sense. Let me hydrate my lips real quick. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, when the program runs, you should see what messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. And then if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, so it's gonna say something. Archer. Guys, I spelled Archer wrong. Okay, my bad, guys. Wait, it says main CPP warning. So it says copy constructor called, assignment operator called. What up, guys? What line is it? It's line 25 and 26 where return this. Oh, okay, I forgot to return this. So there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and return this. The reason I had to return a dereferencing operator of this is because this is not like a void function, it is a character function. Okay, now if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Howding Arthur, is that how you pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, so it says copy constructor called, assignment operator called. Okay, let's go with the Control A, Control C, copy that. Let's get some C/ChatGPT here. Paste it, hit enter. Honestly, I should have said that I did like see a I did see a reference a bit. For example, in my driver job, we had to work with ring buffers for data transfer from network card to operating systems. That actually sounds pretty fun. Okay, Archer, it's Archer, guys. Yeah, my bad. I didn't have a typo. I should work more on my typos. People, you're dangerously close to perfection. Okay, like a blade that's almost fully honed, but it still has a single buffer or a single burr left. Let's inspect your code step by step like a blacksmith checking every inch of steel. Guys, I feel this and say like, there we go. Okay, so copy constructor signature, character, that's almost correct, but the proper form should be a const character with the address of operator. Okay, see the const, that's crucial. It means I promise not to modify the object I'm copying from. Oh, I see. Okay, without it, your code can't copy from the const objects. That's bad practice, like forging a sword, okay, that can cut cloth. Next up, for assignment operator signature. Okay, so we go with character operator. Okay, I gotta add a const for that as well. Same reason, you're not supposed to change the source object you're copying from. Number 3, typo, you wrote Archer. Guys, someone said that from the stream too. Hi, just joined. What are we building here today? It looks interesting. Honestly, I am working on the copy constructor and assignment operator in C++. Okay, that said, Archer, unless it's medieval, is that pronounced it? Medieval cooking class. I think you meant Archer. Number 4, output formatting, optional polish. You can add a small display function to confirm final results. Void display. Okay, standard console output name. Okay, that way you can see the result after copying and assigning the magic. So we included IO stream, we included strings. Okay, and then for our copy constructor, we went with a const. Okay, and then for our address of operator, okay, we went character. Excuse me, guys. Okay, and then we do have a void display function. Okay, perfect. People tell me, do you want the next challenge to involve deep copying? Okay, let's say something like, Sensei, can the next question be at the same level before we move on? I do want to get a good hang of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, dude, are you South Indian? Honestly, I haven't been to India. That said, I am pretty excited someday be there. And when I do visit India, I will like make sure to stream myself there. Okay, next up. Wait, are you gay, guys? I'm actually not gay. The fun fact is I do get that like every single stream, maybe like 5 or 6 times. Okay, downloading Windows installers less than 10 seconds. In less than 10 seconds is fun. Oh, I see. I've never seen a gay Indian. Guys, I'm not gay. Okay, that said, why don't you speak normal accent, guys? This is actually my normal accent. Okay, and to this day, you don't see him fast oryx. Okay, excellent. That's the attitude of a true programmer. You don't climb the mountain by skipping rocks, you climb it by stomping them into dust until they bow to your will. Alright, people, same level, new battlefield. Instructional question, create a class called weapons that represents a video game weapon. Each weapon should have a standard string of name, a integer of damage. Okay, howdy GD Discoverer, I appreciate you joining the stream. Dang, it's the way you talk, lol. I really thought, guys, I'm actually not gay. It's so funny, I get that like every single stream. Okay, good guy. Okay, let's see. You must write a constructor that sets both values, write a copy constructor that prints copy constructor called, write a assignment operator that prints assignment operator called, write a function that displays the weapon's name and damage. In the main function, creates a object called weapon1 as sword with 50 damage, create a weapon2 as a copy of weapon1, okay, and then create a weapon3 as bow. And guys, let me actually restart my stream. I feel it is lagging a bit. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect, guys. Actually, my OBS did crash. That said, please fix your typing, bro. Honestly, I gotta actually fix it. Can you please explain what is string, what is the integer, what makes them satisfy? Honestly, let me actually show that real quick. Let me get Sensei/ChatGPT here. Hey, bro, there's C++ in my curriculum, and I never code. Can you give some advice? Honestly, my best advice would be to like learn the syntax of C++. For example, this is called an insertion operator, and like there's something called an extraction operator, how to get user input, output, and like when adding if statements, you got to go with if, a parentheses. I think that comes with like practice. That said, basically what standard string means is like our whatchamacallit, this is basically a standard string that goes in a pair of double quotes. Although a integer is like whatchamacallit, is a plain number without a decimal point. On the other hand, there are like floats which are also called doubles in C++. Those are like decimal point numbers. And lastly, there is like boolean, which is like either true or false, if that made any sense. Okay, let's see. Integer is a number, string is letter words. That does make sense actually. Okay, next up, let me get Sensei/ChatGPT there. That said, let's go with the controller and delete everything. Oh, and integer don't have dots, for example, 10.9. Honestly, no. If something has dots, those are called doubles. If something is just a raw number, for example, let's say something like 10. 10 is an integer, although 10.9 is basically a double. And let's say something like Sarah is a string. There we go. Did I spell Sarah correct? There we go. And lastly, true or false is boolean. So true/false is basically considered boolean, and it must be like lowercase in C++. In Python, it is like title case. Okay, that said, are you ignoring my comment, guys? Honestly, I didn't see like your comment. Let's see. Are you using iPads? And which school do you go to? Honestly, I am a freshman in college. That's it. I'm using like a mini PC. Okay, so thanks for not teaching how to use ChatGPT. Thanks for. Okay, guys, I feel like I don't think I can teach how to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the teacher here. Okay, that's it. Let's start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include iOS stream. And then let's see, let's read the instructions. So it says to create a class called weapon. So let's go ahead and create a weapon class. Go with class, weapon, and then a pair of curly braces. Maybe I fixed my typo. There we go. Is it weapon? There we go. My weapons class must have two private data members. The first is going to be name and the second is going to be damage. So let's go ahead and create a private data member. For the name, we are going to use a string. For the damage, we are going to use a boolean. So let's see. Are you using iPads? And which school do you go to? Honestly, I am a freshman in college. That's it. I'm using like a mini PC. Okay, so thanks for not teaching how to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the teacher here. Okay, that's it. Let's start off by including a pair of ankle braces. I want to include iOS stream. And then let's see, let's read the instructions. So it says to create a class called weapon. So let's go ahead and create a weapon class. Go with class, weapon, and then a pair of curly braces. Maybe I fixed my typo. There we go. Is it weapon? There we go. My weapons class must have two private data members. The first is going to be damage. So let's go ahead and create a private data member. first is going to be a standard string of name ending with a semicolon. The second is going to be a integer of damage ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, Doke's meme. Honestly, I haven't heard of Doke's meme. I should actually whatchamacallit, watch more memes or learn more jokes, because I feel that would make the streams more interesting. Because guys, I feel like I live under a rock. I feel I'm too old for these new type jokes. Okay, next up, I gotta publicalize everything, and then okay, I know what you are, Dexter. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a constructor. So I'll go with something like a constructor. Okay, for my constructor, I'm going to be creating a constructor for my weapon class. So I'll go with weapon, add a pair of parentheses, and then fill in a few parameters. Hey, what do you think about free code camp hours? Free code camp hour videos on C++, like a long video. Honestly, personally, I feel like videos or tutorials, they don't help me much when it comes to learning programming, because I feel they're pretty vague and not that clear. That said, there are a few good YouTubers, guys. You guys could fact check me, because I think everyone do have different ways to actually study properly. For me personally, I feel like Sensei slash ChatGPT has been helping me the most when it comes to studying, because I don't even remember the last time I did watch a YouTube video or a tutorial besides Pygame when I first started. Okay, that's sad. Yo, where are you in from? Okay, a rise man of culture. I'm just old, guys. I feel like I'm way too old. That's it. I'm just 17, guys. Okay, so let's go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. I want to insert something actually not a standard console output. Okay, the first parameter will be a standard string of name. The second parameter will be an integer of damage. And then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Let's go ahead and initialize my parameters now. So I'll go with something like this. Data member of name equals to my name parameter ending with a semicolon. And then this data member of damage equals to my damage parameter ending with a semicolon. Yo, hiding Sam, I appreciate you joining the stream. Excuse me, guys. How do you detect memory leak? Honestly, I haven't gotten that far yet. Okay, so just how actually learn as ChatGPT. Honestly, I'd say I just say ChatGPT what content I want to go over, and then to explain me about that content. I do get the content. That's it. I do have a lot of streams. If you are trying C++ and you want to go at my pace, you could try watching my other live streams on my C++ playlist. They are vertical for now because my mini PC is not strong enough to stream vertically, horizontally, and multi-stream at the same time. That's it. I'm really close to getting an actual PC. I study C++ with ChatGPT too, and he was my inspiration to start learning C++. I appreciate you, KV Cox. That actually means the world to me. Simple question, Ryu programming a game. Honestly, eventually after my programming for 250 days, my goal is to make a game in general that consists of AI logic in it. Although that might be after my programming for after my C++ for 100 day series. Bro, stop using ChatGPT or you'll be cooked. Honestly, I just use it for learning the content. I don't mostly use it for actually getting using raw blocks of code inside my program that I don't understand how it works. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and create a copy constructor now. So I'll go with something like a copy constructor. Okay, for my copy constructor, I'm going to be... okay, so I'll go with something like my weapons as class. So I'll go with something like weapon, add a pair of parentheses. And now, inside my weapons as class, I'm going to be going with... okay, my weapons as class again. Okay, with a address of operator or a ampersand target. This is going to give me access to the other object that I'm trying to access. Okay, next up, ChatGPT is prone to say great to code that is not actually good. Honestly, that does make sense. That said, the way I do actually I do actually know that my code does work if it gives me the result that I'm looking for. Okay, Vivek, I'm gonna try studying a little bit. Honestly, good luck with studying, Hassan. I appreciate you sticking through the stream. I think Vivek is not using his time in the best way. I would swap ChatGPT for a teacher, but I understand the way he likes it for stream. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense, because I'll say a very important thing when it comes to programming is to enjoy what you're doing, because if you don't enjoy it and you're just forcing yourself to learn programming, I feel eventually you'd not want to do it. So I feel you should try it in the way that is more enjoyable. So even if your progress is kind of slow, as long as you're consistent, I feel you'll be good in a few years. Okay, that said, I'm going to be going with a static console output with an insertion operator. That's going to say something like copy constructor called. So I'll go with copy constructor called. There we go. Okay, and then I'll go with a forward slash new line ending with a semicolon. Next up, let's go ahead and copy my attributes or my data members. So I'm going to do something like this name. My name data member is going to be equal to my target dot the name data member ending with a semicolon. And then I'll go with something like this damage data member equals to my target dot damage ending with a semicolon. Okay, Avarice is Vivek's boyfriend. Guys, I've actually never heard of Abrams. Wait, guys, what do you mean by boyfriend? Guys, I'm actually not gay. I actually like girls. That said, I don't have much time these days. Okay, and the constant comments about ChatGPT making the YT algorithm recommended the stream more. Oh, I see. Okay, but you have to pay to teacher, and for ChatGPT you don't have to. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense because like whatchamacallit, right now I'm a freshman in college. That said, like I feel like whatchamacallit, we don't like learn like the professors in college. They don't teach that much about the content there. We gotta like self study, but I think that's the point of college. That makes it a little harder, guys. Okay, so assignment operator. Ta. Okay, perfect, guys. Let me actually fix my typo. Okay, next up, for my assignment operator, let's go ahead and create a weapons. Let's go ahead and call my weapons class with a ampersand or a reference of operator. Yo, how you doing, bro? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? What's up, baby? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, I started learning Unreal Engine and C++ today too. Hopefully it'll be easier than people make it out to be because I have prior Unity experience. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty cool. And I would say like if you actually understand the basics of programming, I honestly don't think like a C++ is that hard. That could be because like I'm just 30 days in C++. Howdy Meet, I appreciate you joining the stream. Howdy Faisal, I appreciate you joining the stream as well. Okay, let's go with weapons. How much time do you study in a day? Guys, actually I do study the whole day. That said, I don't like program the whole day because like before I used to like program for like 10 hours a day because I didn't have like anything else to do. But these days, I actually, after I'm done streaming, I don't program. Instead, I just like, work on my college stuff because I do have a lot of assignments and an exam. I just had an exam today before I started streaming. Okay, where and how did you learn to code from, bro? Honestly, I usually just learn from ChatGPT/Sensei, and I just do like a lot of practice questions until I don't understand them. Once I do understand the concept, that's when I do move on. Although the first ever stream in my channel was me like 60 days in Python, that was like just me studying for 60 days. Okay, do you use VS Code? Honestly, I am using VS Code. Okay, that said, I go with, this is an assignment operator, so I go with something like weapons equals to what's your age? Honestly, I am, 17 years old. That's it, I am going to be turning 18 this January. I'm pretty excited for that, guys. Who are you, bro? How are you in my feed? Guys, I think that's YouTube who did that. How old are you? I am 17 years old. Okay, that's it. I'll go with something like weapons operator. And then let's see, I might go with something like my weapons class again. Okay, so I'll go with weapons with a reference of operator of target. Okay, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Did I spell it correct? This is going to be operator. Honestly, I feel like I did do this part correct. Okay, so it's going to be weapons, weapons. Oh, it's weapon. There we go, I spelled it wrong. Okay, where are you from? Honestly, guys, I do say that a lot. That said, many of you guys did say me to like avoid saying that, so like I stopped saying that much these days because, guys, I feel like don't want to dox myself by mistake. Okay, I follow you right now. I appreciate you, V. That means the world to me. Okay, next up, it says after I create an assignment operator, I'm going to be adding a standard console output. How tall are you? Guys, I'm actually just 5'6". I wanna work on my height. I don't have time. Okay, that's it, guys. I feel like 5'6" is pretty average. Actually, I'm 5'6.5", not like 5'6". Guys, I feel that's pretty average height. Okay, assignment operator. Guys, let's like, let me just check what part this is. There we go. Okay, next up, I'm going to be going with something like assignment operator calls. So I'll go with assignment operator calls. Can you stream in landscape as well? Honestly, yeah, once I actually get my my actual PC that I'm really close to, I'm going to be streaming horizontally as well because right now my mini PC does lag lots. Like, not like if I don't stream vertically, then like it's almost impossible to stream. Your growing fan base should consider doing Q&A video, guys. Actually, I might actually do Q&A at maybe, I don't know, maybe 10,000 subscribers. Okay, that said, Write an assignment operator that prints assignment operators called. Write a function called display that prints the weapons' name. Okay. Okay, for my assignment operator, I will be adding an if statement. Oh, cool. 5'6.5" is not average, it's below average, but cool to Asian is tall. Guys, I feel like I can grow taller. Okay, where do you get your resources to learn C++? Honestly, it is like mostly ChatGPT. Actually, I think it is completely ChatGPT. I'm 5'9" and I'm feeling short. Guys, I feel 5'9" is pretty good. I'm like 5'6.5". Okay, are you gay because you talk like one? Guys, I'm actually not gay. Okay, that said, I'm going to be checking something. So if my this is not equal to, let's say something like, okay, if this is not equal to my target, a reference of operator targets, there we go. Okay, I'm going to do something. I'm going to copy my entire constructor. So I'll do something like this name equals to my target dot name ending with a semicolon, and then this let's say damage data member equals to my target dot damage ending with a semicolon. Going great, bro. Keep it up. I appreciate you, Suyan. Is that how you pronounce your name? How much experience do you have? Honestly, I'd say like I have like 138 days of experience in like programming in general, because I have been programming for like 138 days. Okay, it's not good. No, it's not good. 5'9", I want to be 6 feet. Honestly, there's just like 1 inch. Good luck with that future. I hope you reach 1 inch real quick. Okay, so I'll go with target. How funny the fact is. Okay, next up, I gotta write a function called display. So I did create this. Since it is not a void function, I will be returning something. So let's go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. Where are you from? You look like an Indian. 97 there, bro. 97% there. Perfect. Guys, I should actually stop reading the chats because, like, whatchamacallit, I gotta, like, focus on the code. Why stream so late night? Honestly, guys, it is, like, 2:31 p.m. right now. It's not like that night. Okay, that said, I gotta write a function called display. Okay, and functions inside of classes are called methods. So I'm going to be creating a void display method with a pair of parentheses. Okay, I'm 18 seconds YCS. Oh, I see. Okay, so why display? My display method won't be having any parameters. That's it. I will be having a pair of curly braces. Okay, a dereferencing operator of this. There we go. Okay, then inside of my void method, I gotta display the weapons' name and damage. So to do that, I could go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like weapon name. Okay, okay, do you know MATLAB? Honestly, I've heard of MATLAB, although I've never tried that. Like, what's it about? Okay, next up. Oh, where are you from? You look Indian to me. Honestly, I think I do look Indian. Okay, that said, chat is crazy and you're a cool guy. I sub to you. I appreciate your feature. That actually means the world to me, guys. Okay, next up. This is gonna be my weapon.name. Honestly, should I create getters and setters? I think I could create that next. Okay, so let's go with something like my weapons.name. Maybe I just go with name or something like this name. Okay, name data member. And then I'll add another insertion operator of a / new line ending with a semicolon. Then let's go ahead and add another standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like weapon damage. Honestly, I might add my weapon damage here itself, so let's go ahead and add that here. I'll go with something like weapon damage. Okay, for my weapon damage, I might actually add like a space here. There we go. Okay, and then I'll go in a new line, add another insertion operator. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that and add this insertion operator down here. Okay, this is going to be my damage data member. And then I'll add another insertion operator of a / new line ending with a semicolon. Did you try Lua? Honestly, back when I used to actually like play Roblox, I used to like make a game. My first ever game was an obby game. Although I used to be more of a modeler than a developer, but I did have like maybe 3 years of learning Lua experience. Bro, can you do Python? Honestly, I do have like I think about 100 streams on Python. Like I have like 100 streams on like learning Python because I did spend a lot of time learning it. It's like there are like many playlists in my channel which says like Python for 100-day series. Okay, maths and coding is so correlated. Honestly, to each other, that does actually make sense. What are you making? Honestly, I am learning about the copy constructor and the assignment operator in C++. Okay, man, I hate coding. I'd rather pick math over coding. Honestly, math is kind of fun. How funny the fact is that I didn't like you before, but now I think that you're enough humble and hardworking person. Keep it up, brother. I appreciate you, Faisal, guys. That actually means the world to me. It makes me really happy when you guys say that. Okay, I know, but coding is different for me. Honestly, is it? Okay, what country you from? Guys, actually, I do try to avoid saying that these days. Okay, so I'll go with something like integer main and then a pair of curly braces. Now, inside of a main function, I gotta create an object called weapon1. So let's go ahead and create a weapon object called weapon1 with a pair of parentheses. Get back, boy. Honestly, guys, I should stop reading the chats. I should like actually focus. Did you try C in your lives? Honestly, no, I haven't tried C yet, but I'm pretty excited to try C. Okay, get back to coding, bro. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. Okay, guys, I'll try not getting distracted. Okay, that said, my weapon 1 will be having two parameters. The first is going to be name. I could call this something like a sword. And sword has 50 damage, so I'll go with 50, ending with a semicolon. And then create weapon 2 as a copy of weapon 1. So I'll go with something like, I'll create a weapon called weapon 2, okay, which equals to weapon 1, ending with a semicolon. So that copies it to which language? Honestly, it is C++. Stop reading comments, guys. Actually, I should stop reading comments. Okay, next up, create a weapon 3 as well. So let's go ahead and create a weapon 3. Okay, weapon called W3. Okay, with a pair of parentheses, this is going to be called bow, and bow has 35 damage, ending with a semicolon. And lastly, let's go ahead and assign weapon 1 to be equal to weapon 3. So W1 equals to W3, ending with a semicolon. Chat for chatters, you gotta turn off comments so only we can see. You get distracted, bro. Guys, that does make sense. I'll actually try reading comments only once I'm done with the question now, because that would make more sense. Okay, finally display all three weapons. So let's go ahead and do something like my weapon 1 object dot the display method, ending with a semicolon. My weapon 2 object dot the display method as well, ending with a semicolon. Okay, and lastly, weapon 3 dot display. Okay, ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. Okay, in a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is learning C++? Guys, so far I'll say like learning C++ is about maybe, I think 4. Like, it's not that hard. Although learning recursion and like learning these syntaxes was actually the hardest, but then learning recursion was about 8, guys. Although everything else feels pretty easy. That said, if let me go ahead and Control V to paste it. Okay, do you have GitHub? Honestly, I do have GitHub. It is like in my description, although whatchamacallit, I didn't like post anything in it because I didn't learn how to use it till now. Okay, yes, please read comments only after you solve a question. Great initiative. Honestly, that does make sense, guys. Okay, I'll read after just completing a question now. People, you did well, but listen closely. You've almost mastered the battlefield, but there is a critical flaw hiding in plain sight. Copy constructors and assignment operators. You wrote weapon, weapon target. Okay, and then weapons, the copy constructor and the assignment operator should take const. Oh, I again forgot about consts. Okay, so I got a const typo, fix assignments and spelling. Okay, everything else, your logic is correct. You're copying and assigning properly. Display works perfectly. Okay, and prints the values. If you want, I can give you the next question at the same level. This time you'll mix up multiple objects and watch copy and assignment operators fire off a sequence. It will test if you really got it. Okay, let's say something like, yes, sensei, could you please explain caller, collie, and pointer? Honestly, I've learned about pointers, but I haven't learned about caller, collie. Honestly, basically what pointers mean, why W2 equals to W1, because I was setting my, my weapon 2's object to be equal to my weapon 1's object. Like, I'm just changing their data types or their attributes. Okay, that said, basically what pointers are, pointers do point to a specific value, although they do give us a memory address. And to like, if you want an actual, number, we gotta go with a dereferencing operator, which is an asterisk, if that made any sense, guys. I did have a like separate stream on pointers. If you want, you guys could like check that out as well. Okay, that said, instructional question, create a class called spell with private data members called standard string of name and power. Implement constructor to initialize name and power. Create a copy constructor that prints copy constructor called assignment operator that prints assignment operator called. And then in our main function, we got to create a object for spell called spell1, which is going to be having the name as fireball and power 100. Then create another spell called spell2, which is equal to spell1, so should copy all constructors. Okay, and then create spell3, which is going to be called ishard, and ishard has 60 damage. Assign spell1 to be equal to spell3. So now spell1 has spell3's as attribute. Should call assignment operator, print the name and power of all three spells using a display function. Remember, use const reference for both copy constructor and assignment operator. Make sure display prints clearly. Okay, so you can see who has what. Watch the output. You should see the messages fire off when you copy or assign happens. Okay, let's get some /ChatGPT here. Okay, next up, let's go with the controller and delete everything. Okay, let's start off by including a pair of ankle braces. Guys, is stream lagging? Okay, I think it's not. Okay, ChatGPT Glazer, guys, I actually feel like I do like ChatGPT way too much. Okay, so I'll go with something like include IO stream. And then next up, let's read the instructions. So it says create a class called spell. So I'm going to be creating a spell class. So I'll go with class called spell, add a pair of curly braces, and then let's see. Okay, which my spell class needs to have two private data members called name and called name and power. So I'll go with something like private. Okay, excuse me again, guys. I'll go with something like standard string of name ending with a semicolon. Did I spell private correct? There we go. Okay, and then I'll go with something like a integer of power. Is it called power? Okay, it is called power, ending with a semicolon as well. Next up, I gotta create a constructor after publicizing my class to initialize my name, data member, and my power data member. So let's go with something like public. And now, okay, there we go. Okay, for my public, honestly, is it a good habit to like indent everything here? I think it is. Okay, next up, I'm going to be creating a constructor. So let's go ahead and add a comment. Howdy, AB, I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, I'll go with something like constructor. There we go. For my constructor, I'm going to be calling my spell class, adding a pair of parentheses, and then let's add in a few parameters. My spell class's constructor would need two parameters. The first is going to be a standard string of name, okay, and the second would be a integer of power, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Now let's go ahead and initialize my parameters. To initialize them, I could go with something like this: name data member equals to my name parameter ending with a semicolon, and then something like this: power data member equals to my power parameter ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, and then let's go ahead and create a copy constructor. So I'll go ahead and add another comment that says something like copy constructor. Okay, for my copy constructor, I'm going to be going with my spells class, okay, with a, let's say, pair of parentheses, and then I'll call my spell class again with a address of operator or a ampersand of, let's say, target. Okay, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then I'll do something. Let's go ahead and initialize it. So I could firstly add a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like constructor or copied constructor. There we go, copied constructor exclamation with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then let's see, maybe I'll go with something like my this name data member that's going to be equal to my target.cName data member ending with a semicolon, and lastly I'll go with something like this power data member equals to my target.the power data member ending with a semicolon. Okay, that's basically it for my copy constructor. Dude is explaining constructors like he's explaining rocket science. Guys, that actually does make sense. I do feel like I understand better when I explain it. That said, let's go ahead and add, let's see, assignment operator now. So I'll go with something like assignment. There we go, assignment operator. Can you do something like spell, standard string, name, integer, power, name, power? Honestly, I'm pretty sure we could do something like that as well. I should look into that because there were like two ways to actually create a constructor. This is like one way and that was the other way. I actually haven't practiced with the other way. I might try that next. Okay, so I go with something like assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator that prints assignment operator calls. Okay, so to create an assignment operator, firstly I'll go ahead and call my spell class with a reference of operator or an ampersand, and then I'll go ahead and create and type operator. Okay, I'll go with operator that equals to a pair of parentheses, and then I'm going to do something. Let's go ahead and call my spell class again with a address of operator or a ampersand of, let's say, target. And guys, I forgot this part again. Both of them should be const. So let's go with something like const So const spell, and this is going to be const as well. Okay, which school? Honestly, I am like a freshman in college. That's it, I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then let's see. Let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. This is going to say something like assignment operator copied. So I'll go with assignment operator copied. There we go. Okay, with a forward slash new line, ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. And honestly, okay, did I like, there we go, end that with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. Next up, let's go ahead and add a if statement to check if I'm not copying myself. Okay, if you ever need new concepts to try in C++, I know this sounds super weird, but C# with Unity and learning math logic and game making will help you a lot. With more advanced C++ graphic engines, that actually sounds pretty fun actually. Which college then? Honestly, I don't think I can like say my exact college's name. That's it. I know this sounds weird, but I'm saying this because C++ graphics might be not too hard for you. Oh, I see. Actually, I might actually go into that as well, because after like I did learn the basics of C++, I was trying to move into like learning about the STL, because like I feel like STL is almost the same as Py games in Python, because like guys, I don't know much because I haven't like tried that yet. That's it. I'm gonna check something. If this is not equal to, let's say something like my target, a address of operator target or a ampersand targets, I'm gonna do something. Let's go ahead and copy this name data member. Okay, so this name is gonna be equal to my target dot name ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then let's go with something like this power data member equals to my target dot the power data member ending with a semicolon as well. Basically what this means is if this is not equal to target, basically if my object 1 is not equal to my object 2, then I like give my object 2 the parameters of my object 1. Okay, perfect. Okay, next up, this is basically it. Let me go ahead and return the referencing operator of asterisk this ending with a semicolon. This is honestly for chaining, and since we gotta return something as well, because it's not like a void function. Aren't you Indian? Honestly, I haven't been to India yet. That's it. I am pretty excited to someday visit India. I might record myself or like stream myself there. Intermediate OpenGL is easy. Oh, I see. Okay, next up, let's see. I gotta create a main function. So let's go ahead and create a main function. I'll go with integer main, add a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly braces. Then inside my main function, it says to create an object called S1, which is going to be an object from my spells class. Okay, that object is going to be called fireball, and the power is going to be 100. So let's go ahead and create a object from my spell class. So I'll go with my spell class, and then a S1 object. This object was going to have a name parameter, which is going to be something like fireball. I think it's all small. There we go. And then I'm going to give it like a power 100, ending with a semicolon. Okay, then create another object called spell2 that shall copy the attributes of my spell1. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a spell2 object. Okay, which is going to be equal to my spell1 object ending with a semicolon. Honestly, we could do it this way, or we could do something like spell s2 equals to s1. I feel both of them are the exact same. That's it. I feel like I'll go with the first way because that's like much cleaner, I feel. Okay, then I gotta create a spell3 object as well that has a parameter of ishard as the name and 60 for the power. So I'll go with something like spell s3, add a pair of parentheses. My name is gonna be ishard, and the power is going to be something like 60, ending with a semicolon. And lastly, assign S1, so my spell1 object to be equal to spell3 should call the assignment operator. So I'll go with something like S1, S3. Does this work? Okay, honestly, it does not work. So I gotta go with something like S1 equals to S3, ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. Lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. Honestly, I don't think this is lastly because like I forgot to actually add a display method here. Okay, let's go ahead and create a display method real quick. So that is going to be a void method because it won't be returning anything. I'll go with something like display. Honestly, I feel display is like a pretty broad name, so I'll go with something like show status. Okay, and then a pair of parentheses and a pair of curly braces. Next up, inside of my show statuses method, I will be having a standard console output with an insertion operator that is going to say something like spell name. I'll go in a new line, add an insertion operator. This is going to be something like my spell data member, and then I'll go with another insertion operator. Okay, honestly, my name data member. Okay, and then I'll go with something like a space, a pipeline. Is this called like a pipeline? And then another insertion operator. This is going to be something like my spell power. Okay, maybe I'll add a colon for like looks. There we go. Okay, I'll go with another insertion operator. This is going to be my power data member, ending with a semicolon. Honestly, I might go with a / new line and then end it with a semicolon. Guys, that's how my stream is. Like, give me a sec. Let me like restart my stream real quick. Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Okay, now that I've created a void show statuses method, let's go ahead and call that. So I could do something like, I don't know, maybe spell one. Okay, let's go with something like spell one object dot the show status method ending with a semicolon, and then something like spell two dot the show status ending with a semicolon as well, and then lastly spell three dot show underscore or just show status. Okay, I will be adding a pair of parentheses to like invoke the function, and then let's go ahead and end that with a semicolon. If I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. So it says copy constructor, assignment operator copied, spell name iShard has 60 power. Okay, spell name fireball has 60 power, and then I copied it, so iShard. Okay, perfect. Lastly, let me just fix my typo. There we go. Okay, if I were to go ahead and control C to copy the code, get sensei/ChatGPT here, paste it, go with Shift Enter, and say something like, so say I honestly see how it works, although I don't know where do we even use this question mark. It feels a bit useless. Actually, never mind. I'll just ask where do we use it, because like, guys, I'm pretty sure it's not useless, because like I do know like this might be useful somewhere. That's it. Let me drink some water. I'm kind of dehydrated. Okay, that said, people listen closely. You nail the syntax, the copy constructor, and the assignment operator are working perfectly, and your show status prints exactly what you need. You're finally starting to see patterns. Now, about where you'd actually use this in real life, imagine you're making a game, you have lots of character weapons, okay, spells, whatever. You don't want two objects to accidentally share the same memory if they're supposed to be independent. Example, you cast Fireball twice in a game, but each cast should be its own object so you can track its power, enhancements, or effects separately. That's when the copy constructor comes in. They make a true independent copy. Oh, I see. Okay, assignment operator is used when you already have an object, okay, and wanted to take on the values of another object. Think of it, okay, think your character picks up a new weapon and you need to update the existing object rather than make a new one. Oh, I see. In short, copy constructor equals creation of a copy, assignment operator equals to updating an existing copy. If you want, the next step is to do a question where you simulate a mini RPG scenario using copy constructors and assignment operators. This will cement in your brains. Okay, honestly, let's say something like, yes, let's say as long as it's not too complex and within what I learned and has clear instructions ... I'll do my best! Exclamation. Okay, I used an add instead of an exclamation. That's it, good, finally some hunger in you. Here's your instructional question and clear within what you've learned. Mini RPG copy / assign drill, make a class called Potion with two private data members. The first is going to be name, that is going to be a string. Second is going to be health, that is going to be an integer. Okay, and then add. I gotta publicize everything and then create a constructor. Excuse me, guys, and then create a constructor to initialize the variables. copy constructors print copy constructor called assignment operators print assignment operator called. And then I gotta create a main function, create a potion object called health potion with 50 healing. Okay, create potion 2 as a copy of potion 1, create potion 3 called mana potion with 30 healing. Assign potion 1 to potion 3, print all 3 potion names and healing values. Good job, I appreciate you, the affiliate. Okay, honestly, next question I might actually go with while loops and for loops as well, because I feel like I can actually add them here. That would make more sense. Okay, that's it. Let's go with the control A and delete everything. Then read the instructions. Although before I do start reading the instructions, bro, gee, how are you doing, Xenos? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and include IO stream first, and then I'll read the instructions. So I go ahead and include IO stream, and then it says create a class called potion. So I'm going to be creating a class called potion, and then adding a pair of curly braces. Inside my potion class, I gotta create 2 private data members. So let's go with something like private. Okay, and then let's go ahead and create a standard string of name. There we go. So I go ahead and create a standard string of name data member and then a integer of healing. I actually want to use doubles and booleans as well. I might use that next. Okay, so let's go with something like healing, ending with a semicolon. And then GPT doesn't always give proper context. You should check out proper courses. Honestly, that does make sense. I should actually check that. Maybe after my stream if I have time, because I do have like a lot of college assignments. So after stream I usually do my college stuff. Are you gonna make any UIs? Honestly, I might actually try making UIs. Okay, that said, I haven't done much of it. Maybe when I actually start working with STL. STL is basically the Pygames of C++. Guys, you guys can like fact check me if I'm wrong. That's it. I'm actually pretty excited to go over STL. That's where the real fun starts. Okay, help me, brother. Honestly, I think I could help you in either Python or C++, because those are the only 2 languages I do have an idea on. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and create a constructor. Maybe I add a comment that says something like constructor. Okay, can you make a AI? Honestly, I actually don't think I'm that advanced to like make an AI. That's it. I can like implement a few AI logics in Python. Okay, is it all console right now? Honestly, console. I feel like I'm using like a mini PC. Okay, GPT gets you enough for your creative side. It teaches me a ton. Honestly, it does make sense. Now, AI need Python. Okay, let's see. So I go ahead and create a constructor for my constructor. I'm going to create a constructor for my potion class. My constructor will require 2 parameters. The first is going to be a standard string of name parameter, and the second is going to be a integer of healing parameter. And then let's go with the pair of curly braces. Python uses C++ under the hood for AI. Oh, I see. That actually sounds pretty cool. No, I mean, does it all print to terminal console right now? Honestly, it does print in the terminal. Okay, that said, let's see. Let me go ahead and initialize my parameters. So I'll go with something like this name data member equals to my name parameter ending with a semicolon. And then something like this healing data member equals to my healing parameter ending with a semicolon. Okay, that's basically it for my constructor. Then I gotta create a copy constructor. So let's go ahead and add a comment that says copy constructor. Okay, constructor. There we go. For my copy constructor, I'm gonna be doing something. Let's go with my potion class again, add a pair of parentheses. I'll go with my potion class again, but with a reference of operator this time, off target. And then I'll go with a pair of curly braces. Okay, like is the whole thing a terminal game? Or honestly, I'm actually not working on a game just yet. That said, I am learning about the assignment operator and copy constructors this stream, because C++ is much easier language for machine, but coders prefer using Python as it's easier for humans. Oh, I see. That does make sense, because like C++, like the lower the language goes, I heard that low level languages are the closest to like machine level languages, and like high level languages are like more closer to like human level languages. Okay, that said, let me go ahead and let's see, go with a standard console output that says constructor copied. So I'll go with a standard console output with an insertion operator that says copy constructor called. So I'll go with something like copy constructor called. There we go. With a /new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to do something. let's go ahead and set my this name data member. Okay, let's go with something like this name data member equal to, this is going to be name. Okay, that is going to be equal to my target dot name ending with a semicolon. And then I'll go with something like this healing data member. This healing equals to my target dot the healing what should I call it, data member ending with a semicolon. C++, so it's a limb model or a RAG agent type thing. Oh, I see. Okay, and then let's go ahead and create a assignment operator. Okay, so I'll go with another comment that says assignment operator. There we go. Okay, for my assignment operator, I'm going to be going with something like my portions is class with a address of operator or a ampersand and then a pair of parentheses. Inside of my pair of parentheses, honestly, I might go with operator first. Operator equals to a pair of parentheses. I'm going to be going with my portions is class, okay, with a address of operator or an ampersand of my target, and then I'll add a pair of curly braces and add a standard console output. Okay, honestly, the potion. Excuse me, guys. Did I mess something up here? Okay. Oh wait, did I spell target wrong? Okay, I don't think it's target. OP. Oh, I spelled operator wrong. There we go. Okay, operator of portion and target. That said, let's go ahead and do something. So I'm going to be adding a standard console output with an insertion operator. This is going to do something. I'll say something like assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator called. There we go, with a forward slash new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, skip the equal. Oh, I see. Okay, can you explain what it does and help explain? Okay, what language you use? Honestly, I'm actually kind of confused. Okay, let's see. That said, let's go ahead and add a if statement. So I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses. I'm going to check something. If my data member is not equal to, let's go with something like a address of operator my target. Okay, if it's not a copy, if I'm not copying myself, I'll do something. Are you a beginner in programming or just C++? Honestly, I'd say like I am a beginner in programming. That said, because I have been programming just for 138 days. That said, I did start my C++ journey 38 days ago, and I did have like a part-time for 100 CVs that was completed, that I did complete that like 38 days ago, if that made any sense. Okay, market target as constant both. Oh, I keep forgetting that. Okay, guys, I should actually remember calling these consts. There we go. Okay, so I'll go with something like const and const. Okay, honestly, I should actually memorize this part to like add const. Use using namespace std. Honestly, the reason I don't use using namespace std is because many of you guys did say that in bigger projects, not prefixing with standard could cause name conflict, so it is a pretty bad practice to use it. Okay, using namespace std just shows me you learned C++ yesterday. Okay, what are you programming? Honestly, I am learning the basics, or like I'm just learning about copy constructors and the assignment operator in C++. That said, if this is not equal to target, if I'm not copying myself, I'm going to be assigning this name data member to be equal to my target.name, okay, ending with a semicolon, and then something like this healing data member to be equal to something like target.healing, ending with a semicolon. Okay, what are you working on right now, bro? Honestly, I'm working on copy constructors and whatchamacallit, assignment operators. Write a basic clustering program using k-means. Honestly, I haven't like heard of, actually I've heard of clustering, but I haven't actually tried clustering programs yet. Okay, that said, I think that's pretty much it for my assignment operator. Next up, I gotta create a main function. Although before I do create a main function, let's go ahead and create a void display method, or maybe I'll call this something like show status. Okay, but what is this? Honestly, I am like learning about the copy constructors and assignment operators in C++. Are you a beginner in programming or just in C++? I'd say that I'm a beginner in programming because I did start programming 138 days ago. Okay, okay, bro, good. My whole day was just up in Java programming and data structure. Oh, I see. That actually sounds pretty fun. Okay, that said, hey bro, much respect for learning programming, but are you not afraid of it just being useless in the future due to AI? Honestly, I'd say like AI can like take the basic level programming stuff. Although if you do work a lot from now and like you're proficient in your niche, then like AI wouldn't be smart enough to like actually do the stuff that you're doing. If like you know the basics, AI can only take over stuff that AI could comprehend, because like humans actually make AI. So like AIs, I don't think, can be smarter than the person who made them, unless like that's how AIs work, guys. I don't have much experience in this, so you guys could like fact check me. Okay, that's it. This is going to be having a standard console output with an insertion operator. AI is there to help us write programs, not replace it. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense, because like if I ask AI to like make a 5,000 lines code game, they would have a lot of errors. Okay, good going. Keep it up and never stop learning. I appreciate you, Zenus. Okay, can you mod games, lol? Honestly, I haven't like tried that. Okay, that's it. Let's go with a standard console output. This is gonna say something like potion name. It makes so many mistakes even now. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. When I was making my game for like my Python for 100 days, and I did have like a 470 lines of code. That said, whatchamacallit, when I asked like Sensei slash ChatGPT for help, I did get a lot of errors. But by then, I was pretty good in Python to like figure out where I like make mistakes on. Okay, 138 days ago, you started with C++, so like C++ beginner language. No, I started like whatchamacallit. I started C++ 38 days ago. That said, I started Python whatchamacallit 138 days ago. So like I actually thought, what happens if I could actually make a game? Because before, when I was like new to programming, I thought that we could make a game using any programming language. So I was like, might as well take Python. And then I spent 100 days learning Python, and by the end of that series, my goal was to make a game in general, and I did complete that series like 38 days ago. But after my Python for 100 days series, I just started a new series called Programming for 250 Days series, where my goal by the end of that series is to make a game in general which consists of AI logic. And since I was planning to make a game, I thought might as well learn C++ because that is the best language to make a game. So my C++ for 100 day series is like indented inside of my programming for 250 day series, if that made any sense. Okay, I couldn't even fix my labelinizer issues. I pronounced it C++ is decent for beginner language. Oh, I see. Are you AI? Honestly, I actually did want to either be an AI engineer or a cybersecurity. I was pretty confused. Okay, actually, if you see wipe coding, Claude, and automations in AI, it makes things easier if you're working on large projects. AI can look up to your small tasks like creating UI or making loops. That actually makes a lot of sense. It's pre-recorded, guys. Guys, I'm actually reading the chats out live. Okay, that said, what did y'all learn in all these days? What did all you learn in all? Oh, honestly, I have like a whole playlist where I did learn a bunch of things, because like I feel like I learned a lot. I don't remember like every single concept, although I did work a lot. Like if you guys go to my channel's playlist, the C++ lives, and if you guys go to the first ever video, that was the first ever time that I ever started C++. You guys helped me set my compiler up as well. Okay, that's it. This is gonna be my potion name, or my name data member, and then I'll go with another insertion operator of an empty space. Okay, this is going to be something like, let's say, was it called healing? So I'll go with something like healing, and then add a colon, and then I'll go in a new line and another insertion operator. It's not pre-recorded. He's been answering the questions live, guys. I've been saying that because like last stream or like 3 streams ago, someone said that as well. I did have a short as well saying that it's like actually not pre-recorded. Hey, but what are you working on today? Honestly, I'm working on the assignment operator and the copy constructors in C++. Okay, that said, healing is going to be my healing data member with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, lastly, let's go ahead and end my class with a semicolon, and let me go ahead and create a main function. Hi man, have you learned recursion? Honestly, I do have like 3 streams of me learning recursion like in C++, and I have like a lot of streams of me learning recursion Python. That was one of the hardest topics in my opinion. Okay, although I did like once you get a grasp of recursion, you can think recursively. I don't think it's that hard. Okay, what is the output of your program, guys? Actually, I'm almost done. I might show you guys. Okay, so let's go with something. Let's create 3 classes. So it says create a potion class called potion1. So I'll go with something like potion class. I started Python some few weeks ago, although my main interest is AI and blockchain technology. That actually sounds pretty fun. Okay, so I'll go with something like potion1, add a pair of parentheses. My potion1 is going to be called health potion. Health potion. Okay, and health potion does have 50 healing. Okay, ending with a semicolon. And then I got to create a potion 2 as a copy of potion 1. So let's go ahead and create another object called potion 2. I'll go with something like p2. which is going to be equal to portion 1. I might go with a pair of parentheses and add portion 1 here, ending with a semicolon. Good to hear that. Happy learning. I appreciate you, Ivan. That actually means a lot to me. Okay, and then create potion 3. The name is going to be mana potion with 30 healing. So I'll go ahead and create another object called potion 3. Okay, with a pair of parentheses. This is going to be called mana potion. Okay, and mana potion is going to be have 30 healing, ending with a semicolon. Python is not related to AI. I don't know why people think that AI is nothing but math and calculus. You can excel in that field only if you like math. Oh, I see. Okay, bro, are you learning American accent? Guys, I feel like this is the only accent I know. That said, assign Python 1, assign, which potion 1 to be equal to potion 3. So I'll go with P1 equals to P3, ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then print all 3 potions, names, and healing values. So I gotta print all 3 potions as names and healing values. So I could go with something like potion1.showStatus, ending with a semicolon. I honestly might copy that and like paste it to like just save some time. So I'll go with something like, okay, that is going to be potion2.showStatus and potion3.showStatus. Lastly, let's go ahead and return 0, ending with a semicolon. Okay, if I hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Okay, Python has libraries like pandas or PyTorch will help greatly, guys. I didn't want to go over those things honestly, because like I actually thought to like go over PyTorch and pandas, but I thought that I might as well go like I might start that in my 250 series like after I'm done learning C++ because I would need AI logic in my game. That said, under my assignment operator, I forgot to return this, so let's return a dereferencing operator of this, ending with a semicolon. If I hit Control S now and save the code, let's see what happens. Bro, for how long do you stream a day? Honestly, before I used to stream like for 6 hours a day. Although these days I do stream for like about 2 to 3 hours because I do have college stuff. Because like after I'm done streaming, I just go ahead and like learn my college stuff, do my assignments because I do have exams. That's it. Maybe after my college, I might start streaming for longer again. Okay, so what? Maybe it has libraries, but to be a data scientist, you don't need to be a great coder. You need to be great in math. Okay, bro, how long do you stream a day? I'm data scientist, but sure, go ahead. Oh, I see. Okay, so copy constructor called, assignment operator called. Okay, this is potion 1, potion 2, potion 3, which is equal to potion 1. Okay, let's go with the control A, control C, get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, let me get that all the way here. Paste it, go with shift enter and say something like, let's say, I feel like I understand how this works, ... That said, I actually want to do a question that includes vectors, loops, vectors, let's say while loops, for loops, copy constructors, let's go with assignment operators. Okay, and what else, guys? Listening to copy constructors, assignment operators, classes. Okay, maybe getters and setters. Okay, and all that stuff. ... Okay, ... If it's all possible in one program, question mark. Okay, bro, drink some water, guys. Actually, I forgot to drink water. Okay, guys, no wonder I was like, why am I kind of dehydrated? Okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? Honestly, when I grow up, I actually either want to be a cybersecurity or like an AI engineer. I'm kind of confused. I might actually explore both and see which I enjoy the most. Bro, for how many minutes are you continuously speaking? I think it's been like 2 hours, guys. Okay, you guys could like fact check me. And actually check for how long have I been streaming, because like, whatchamacallit, I do need to like do some of my college assignments as well. Okay, let's see. Maybe I go there, do that, go here. Okay, let's see. So, oh, it's not been 2 hours. It's been 1 hour and 38 minutes. Bro, why do you type using the microphone to speak with ChatGPT? Guys, I feel like the mic is here and like my typing is kind of loud. That's it. Now we're talking, people. You're craving chaos and code, the kind that actually feels like power. Yes, you can absolutely make a single program that touches classes, copy constructors, assignment operators, vectors, loops, for loops, and while loops, getters and setters. I can craft a mini RPG inventory manager that hits all these points. You'll need to manage weapons, spells, or pointers with a vector. Okay, let the player choose actions in a loop and test copy slash assignment along the way. Here's what I'm imagining for you. Okay, bro, he's learning American accent. Coding is just time pass. Guys, actually, I feel this is the only accent I know. That says Instructional Challenge RPG Inventory Simulator. So create a class called item with two parameters with two private data members. The first is going to be name, the second is going to be power, and then constructor, copy constructor, assignment operator. I'm assuming I gotta create those, and then I gotta create a show status method that prints the name and power. Okay, and then in my main function I gotta use a standard vector called inventory, add at least 3 items to the inventory, use a for loop to print all items, then let the user add another item using a while loop until type done. Okay, add another item using a while loop until they type done. Okay, create a copy of the first item in the inventory into a new variable. Assign the last item in the inventory to the copied item using the assignment operator. Okay, print all items in the inventory again. Your goal: see copy constructors and assignment operator messages, fire at the right time, and make sure your loop handles vectors properly. Okay, this will hit everything you just mentioned. I'm not writing the full solution. You're supposed to build it, people. Okay, if you try and get this wrong, oh, I'll destroy your excuses. Okay, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, so what are we doing now? Sorry, I was late to join the stream. I've seen you a couple of times on my feed, and it's now got me wonder, what are you coding? Is it for a game? Honestly, yeah. So basically, this is like for a programming series. So I did create a new series where I learn programming in general for like 250 days, and my goal by the end of that series is to make a game in general which consists of AI logic in it, and like my C++ for 100 day series is like indented inside of my programming for 250 day series. That said, this stream I am working on the copy constructors and assignment operators in C++. Okay, so let me start off by deleting everything. Hey broski, do you know any coding legends? Guys, honestly, I don't feel like I watch much YouTube tutorials or like YouTube coders, because like I am busy almost a whole day. Although I should like go over those things. Okay, do you know any coding legends? Honestly, I've never like thought of that. I should like probably check it out in the stream. Okay, that said, let me start off by including IO stream and then reading the instructions. So it says create a class called item. So I got to create a item class. So I'll go with something like class called item, and then I'll add a pair of curly braces. And then inside of my pair of curly braces, I am going to be adding 2 private data members. So let's go ahead and add private. Okay, so the first data member is going to be a name, which is going to be a string. So I'll go with something like a standard string of name, ending with a semicolon. And then I'll go with something like integer of power, ending with a semicolon as well. And then let's go ahead and publicalize my whole class. So I'll go with public. Okay, not like YouTuber, like a hole for you who is greatest coder ever. Honestly guys, I don't like think I know who's like the greatest coder ever, because I haven't like collabed with much coders in general. Because like guys, I feel like the only thing I do every day is like just study. But then honestly, I have like watched a few YouTubers, or like I do think they're like pretty good coders. I forgot their names though. I think one of them were like called Brocode or something. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and create constructors now. So I'm going to be creating a constructor. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do something. So I'm going to be calling my item class, adding a pair of parentheses. My item class's constructor is going to be requiring 2 parameters. The first is going to be a standard string parameter, which is going to be a name. The second is going to be a integer parameter, which is going to be called power, ending with a semicolon. Actually, I want to end it with a semicolon. I'll go with a pair of curly braces. And then inside of my constructor, I'm going to be initializing these the parameters. So I'll go with something like this. Name data member is going to be equal to my name parameter, ending with a semicolon. And then something like this power data member equals to the power parameter, ending with a semicolon. Okay, that's basically it for my constructor. Let's go ahead and create a copy constructor now. So I'll go with another comment that says something like copy. Constructor. Duh. Okay, maybe I like capitalize my constructor so that looks better. Okay, actually title case in my bad, guys. Okay, so copy constructor. For my copy constructor, let's go ahead and call my items as constructor. Guys, before that, give me a sec. Let me just charge my laptop real quick. So right there. Okay, perfect. Okay, because I usually read my chats on my laptop and like it's almost out of charge. Guys, it's not charging. There we go. Okay, I need to leave, but I definitely subbed and liked your stream. I like how you acknowledge and reply to every single message in the chat. Keep the work. Okay, keep working hard, bro. I believe in you. Okay, soon. I appreciate you, uncle. That actually means the world to me. Okay, I'm trying to start with physics. Code oh god for or code ONG for like physics engines. Okay, is there a better physics engine that already exists or has accurate physics in it? Honestly, I haven't like looked much into that. That said, how are you doing, Kisko? I appreciate you joining this stream. Okay, next up, I go ahead and create a copy constructor. For doing that, I could go with my item class, add a pair of parentheses, and then go with something like my item class again with a address of operator of target. Okay, okay, so that's basically a copy constructor. Then I'll go with a pair of curly braces, and then maybe add a standard console output with an insertion operator that says something like my copy constructor used. So I'll do something like copy constructor used. Okay, with a forward slash new line ending with a semicolon. Hey, which class are you in? Honestly, I am a I am a freshman in college. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and initialize my target. So I'll do something like this name data member equals to my target's name, so target.name ending with a semicolon, and then something like this power data member equals to my target.power ending with a semicolon as well. Did I spell target correct? There we go. Okay, perfect. How to hack her account, guys? That's actually a pretty bad thing to ask. That's it. Since you're already putting your class properties on the top of the class, you can skip the private access modifier since elements in the class are private by default. Oh, guys, that's actually genius. I should have thought of that. Your voice is a bit loud. Oh, is it? What up, guys? Let me actually try decreasing it a bit. Okay, is this actually good? That feels like it's a little lower now. Okay, forgive me, but I'm dyslexic, so words get messed up. Oh, I see. Oh, that's actually fine because I actually do understand it. Okay, that said, what are you studying in college and what country are you in? Honestly, I am like going through the basics in college, although I haven't started learning programming just yet. That said, guys, I don't think I should actually say which country I'm in because I used to say that a lot, but many of you guys did say me to avoid saying that. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and create another comment that says assignment operator. So I'll go with something like assignment operator. Okay, maybe I like lowercase this or like title case it, so I'll go with assignment operator. There we go, guys. It's actually hard to talk and type at the same time. Okay, let's read the next instruction. So create an assignment operator as well. Alright, so to create an assignment operator, I could go with something like my items as class, so I'll go with item with a address of operator or a ampersand, and then I'll go with something like operator. Operator equals to a pair of parentheses. I'll go with something like my items as class again with a address of operator or a ampersand of something like target. And then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and maybe hydrate my lips because it is a little dehydrated. Did you mention a game engine or I misheard it? Honestly, I don't think I have like spoken about game engines, although I am actually planning to like learn SDL real soon. Maybe after I like learn the basics of C++, I might go into SDL. That I'm actually pretty excited for that. That said, I gotta do something now. So let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator. Are you into game development? Honestly, I wouldn't say like I'm completely into game development, but I do actually enjoy the concept. Although I do want to either be an AI engineer or a cybersecurity. Maybe I'll have a minor in like software engineering. How many fingers do you use when you type? Okay, guys, I think I use like 2 fingers when I type because like I should actually type with 4 fingers. Okay, if you go to line 12, you should have slash between the power and oh, I see, go line 12. Okay, line 12 right here. Okay, you should have a forward slash between the power and semicolon. Between power, like this. Does that make sense? I think. Huh. Okay, I'll add a standard console output that says something like assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator used with a forward slash new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. And then I'll add a if statement to check if I'm not assigning myself to my same exact object. So I'll go with something like if a pair of parentheses. This is going to check something like if this is not equal to something like target with a address of operator or a ampersand. Then I'm going to do something. If I'm not assigning myself to myself, I'll do something. Excuse me guys, what are some groundbreaking ideas boiling in your head that can change everything, like that is groundbreaking, or what to do or what you want to do? Honestly, I haven't like thought much about that, but it actually sounds pretty fun. Okay, hey, what do you think of Rust? Are you planning to learn Rust? Honestly, yeah, I was actually planning to learn Rust as well, because like many of you guys did say me Rust is a good language when it comes to AI engineering. So I might actually, stream myself learning Rust. Do you know full stack? Honestly, I haven't like learned about full stack yet. That's what I have like heard about it. Okay, that said, I'm going to be reassigning this to be equal to this name data member to be equal to my target.name. So I'll go with target.name ending with a semicolon. So, and then I'll go with something like this. Let's say something like this power data member equals to my target.power ending with a semicolon as well. Okay, did I spell target correct? Target. Okay, target. I think I spelled it correct. Target. Okay, did I mess something up? I think target. Okay, I think I spelled it correct. Okay, Rust is base. Everything else will die. Oh, I see. Wow, hello. How are you doing? How do you pronounce your name? Is it? Let me actually see it closely. So, is it pronounced as something like a game? A game non the Julius? Is that how you pronounce your name? A game non the Julius? Although I do appreciate you joining the stream. What's the career scope of a Python coder? Guys, I haven't actually thought about that, but that is a pretty good question. I should like look into that. Okay, you type target as target up at the top, I'm pretty sure. Target. Okay. Target. Okay. You type target as target. Target. Wait, I think they're the same thing. Target as target. Hold up, guys. Let me copy this target and like paste it here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste that there. Paste that there. I think it's. Oh, I forgot I had an equal to, guys. My bad. Guys, I'm so stupid. Okay, no joke. That's kind of rude. Oh, I see. Okay, Anton. Now it's. Okay, now where everything is gonna stay, nothing's gonna die. Honestly, that does make sense. Oh, I meant track it. Okay, guys, I forgot I had equal to sign. I should pay more attention in that stuff. Okay, that said, once I do this, lastly, let's go ahead and return a dereferencing operator of this, ending with a semicolon. Okay, like 23, right? Equal to, guys, actually, I did forget equal to. It better be if you had an early exit when the object is the same. If you invert the condition, you can just return either yourself or target. It matters. You could write return this. Honestly, that actually does make sense. Okay, next up, let's read the next instruction. So it says create a show status method as well. So let's go ahead and create a void show status. Okay, with a pair of parentheses and then a pair of curly braces. My show status method is going to be having a standard console output with an insertion operator of something like, let's go with something, what's my class called? Item name. So I'll go with something like item name is going to be, I'll add another insertion operator of my name data member. And then I'll go in a new line, add another insertion operator of my item power. So I'll go with something like item power. Okay, okay, with another insertion operator of something like my power data member, with an insertion operator of a forward slash new line ending with a semicolon. I actually might go with another insertion operator that says something like space there. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and end my class with a semicolon. Any tips for C++ I'm learning? Honestly, I'd say like the best tip is to like it honestly depends on like the person to person, the way they like to learn. Although the way I prefer learning is like starting with the very basics and not overwhelming myself by doing like bigger projects, because many of you guys did recommend me to like not like learn to like actually start off by making a big project and I work in or something, then eventually I learn the basics. I feel like that would like exhaust me or like overwhelm me, so like I wouldn't learn much like that. So I did like start off by learning the very basics, then slowly increasing the difficulty level. So like it wasn't too overwhelming, neither was it too easy. I was like at the edge of my comfort zone, so it was kind of the sweet spot, if that made any sense. That said, I would also recommend not using namespace std, because in bigger projects, not prefixing with standard like how I did here could cause like name conflicts. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and create a main function. So I'll go with something like integer main, add a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly braces. Finish the code fast and finish. I want to know what you're doing. Oh, okay guys, give me a sec, I'm almost done. Okay, so use a standard vector. So I gotta create a standard vector item called inventory. Oh, I haven't honestly done that. So let's go ahead and create a standard vector, which is going to be only consisting of my item classes objects. So this is going to be vector. Okay, let's go ahead and whatchamacallit. Let me start off by including vectors as well. So I'll go with something like include vector. There we go. Okay, since I am going to be using vectors, and then I create a standard vector of item. Honestly, did I spell it correct? Standard vector item. Okay, this is going to be called something like inventory. Okay, ending with a semicolon. Alright, and actually add at least 3 items in the inventory. So let's go ahead and add a few items. So I'll go with my inventory equals to a pair of curly braces. Let's go ahead and add something. I might go with something like a sword, a bow, and lastly a rope. I don't know if like ropes are added in inventories. Ending with a semicolon. Adding that, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, honestly, I'll end my vector with a semicolon. There we go. Okay, next up, use a for loop to print all items. Excuse me, guys. Okay, hold up, guys. Should I like not add a equal sign? Okay, standard vector of inventory. Honestly, I forgot what we're doing today. Honestly, I am like working on copy constructors and assignment operators in C++. Include bit/C++. Honestly, I haven't like heard. I actually have heard of that, but I've never tried that. I should actually go over that. Okay, maybe I go with the control Z. Is this how we use items? Because I've never used items as a data member. Okay, do you come live daily? Honestly, I do stream daily as long as I'm not like absolutely busy the whole day. Honestly, that hasn't happened yet. I've been like streaming every single day. Okay, that said, okay, might have messed up this part, but I think that's fine. Okay, I might have sensei where I messed up. That said, use a for loop to print all items. So let's go with something like a index-based for loop. So I'll go with something like for a pair of parentheses. Let's say something like for every integer of I which equals to 0, while my I is less than my inventory's vector. Okay, my inventory's vector dot the size function. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna increment my I by 1, and then I'll go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator that is going to say something like inventory items. Okay, my inventory is item. I'll go in a new line, add another insertion operator of my inventory at index of I, ending with a semicolon. Do you know Python? Honestly, I did like have like a whole 100-day series where I learned Python. I stream myself almost every single day. That said, why you talking like a gay? Lol, guys, I get that so much every single stream. That said, guys, I'm actually not a gay. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that. Okay, code fast. Honestly, guys, I'm almost done. Okay, so inventory items, I go with my inventory at index of I. Why do I see like a red underline here? Is it because of this? I think it is because of something like this. Okay, next up, let's go. Let the user add another item using a while loop until they're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a variable. Howdy Dev, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and create a add variable, which is going to be. Okay, maybe I asked Sensei for this part because I don't know how do I add an item inside of my vector that is like not an object. Python was fun in it. Honestly, actually, Python was like really fun. I didn't actually want to move on to C++, but now that I've like started learning C++, I feel like C++ is pretty fun as well. That's it. Let's go with Shift Enter and say something like, let's say, I feel like I've never created a vector that consists of my item class's data member. Can you show me what that means and how it's done? Question mark. Okay, check line 43. Line 43. uh, Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. It's like I feel there's something wrong with my vector that I created here, because like I've never used like my whatchamacallit, my item class as a data member. I did like use it like inside of my class, but I haven't used it like outside. Okay, hi Monkey Luffy, how are you doing, Rufus? I appreciate you joining the stream. Don't calculate size inside loop, calculate it outside once it makes the code more optimized. Oh, I see. Okay, I see exactly what you did, pupil. You tried to shove strings directly into a vector of items into a vector of item objects, and that's why your brain is screaming at you. You can't just write sort in a standard vector which only consists of items. Each element needs to be an item object, not a string. That's like item is a whole package with name and power. You need to construct each item when you put it in the vector. Here's how you fix your vector initialization. I see. So inside of my vector, I just got to create objects. Okay. And then inventory.showStatus. Oh, okay, that does make sense. Okay, you can just override inventory. Okay, I see. Let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. It's awful how comfortable people are and don't think twice before saying something like that. You've seen a absolute sweetheart W for you. Oh, I see. I actually appreciate you, bad tunes. Okay, that's let's see. Let's go all the way up to the instructions again. There we go. Okay, so it says let the user add an item. So basically what I did wrong was instead of adding strings, I should create objects. So I want to create an object from my item class. This is going to be called something like item1, I'll add a pair of parentheses and then do something. Wait, shouldn't I like create an item class like this? Oh, I should just go with my item class. Okay, let's go all the way up again. There we go. So I wouldn't need to add item1 inside my vector. I could just go with something like item. This is going to be called something like sword. And let's say sword has something like maybe 100 damage. How old are you? Honestly, I am 17. That's it. I am going to turn 18 really soon. I'm kind of excited for my birthday, but I might not do anything special. Okay, are you planning on actually putting this code anywhere, or this is just pure practice? Honestly, yeah, this is just pure practice. I haven't like uploaded my codes anyway because I do instantly delete them after writing them. That's it. I do have them in lives. Like you guys want to actually write them or like learn through them. I mean, learn using them. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and create another object called something like maybe shield. Okay, and shield has, I don't know, maybe 10 damage. And then we'll add another object called something like, I don't know, maybe rope. Okay, and rope has 3 damage because I don't think rope does much damage. Okay, perfect. Ending with a semicolon. Okay, I end my, my vector with a semicolon. And then I go with something like inventory.i.theShowStatus method. Okay, and then I'll add a pair of parentheses to invoke the function. Okay, now something is wrong with line 46. Cursor is good programming application. Oh, I see. Bad choose. 100% agree with you. Okay, why don't you try DSA? Honestly, yeah, many of you guys did actually recommend me to start learning DSA. I actually might start DSA soon. That said, I didn't like actually have time to go over DSA. Okay, so for every integer of I which equals to 0 while my I is less than my inventory.size, I increment my I by 1 and then I go with something like standard console output items. Okay, I think I did everything correct here. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. Okay, let's see the way Sensei did it. Oh, so I might... Okay, so I probably don't need to add a standard console output. Let me go ahead and copy that, delete that, and just go with something like my inventory. Oh, okay, so you don't go with an insertion operator. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and add my standard console outside in that case, ending with a semicolon. 45 missing? 45 missing? Missing a semicolon? I think I did add the semicolon. Okay, gotta go all farm now, just lost like 200. Honestly, I do appreciate you, Sizzlack, for like sticking through the stream. I'll catch you next stream. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's read the instructions next up. So let's scroll all the way up. Okay, so it says to create a copy constructor. Okay, I did that part. And then use a for loop to print all items. Okay, until let the user add items using a while loop until they don't type done. Okay, until they don't type done. So I'm going to be creating a while loop. So I'll go with something like while a pair of parentheses. Okay, while while true. I'll go with something like a while true loop. Keep it up. I appreciate you, Abby. Okay, and then I'll go with a pair of is it pronounced as a Bibu? Okay, I'll go with something like a while true loop, and then inside of my while loop, I'm going to be creating a integer variable called something like ask, ending with a semicolon. Let the user add another item. Okay, use a for loop to print all items. Let the user add another item using a while loop until they type done. Okay, let's go with something like if a pair of parentheses, if ask is not equal to something like, let's say done. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Okay, I'm gonna fix my typo. And then let's go with the pair of curly braces and do something. So if my ask is not, this is gonna be a standard string. Okay, let's go with a standard string of ask. Be 100% honest. If you had to show your coding experience as percent, what percent do you think you're at? Guys, I'm actually at about like maybe, I think at 7 or like 10% at max. I think if I compare it to like actual pro coders, like for example, like the genius coders and everyone, it would be at around maybe I think 5%. But if I do like compare myself to like someone who has just been programming for 138 days, I would say I'm at about like 60%. That's just because of the content that I have already, which we call it, consumed. Though, why did you make it an integer? Oh god, guys, I actually forgot. My bad, guys. Okay, bro, integer ask. My bad, guys. I should have paid more attention to that. That said, if ask is not equal to done, I'm gonna do something. Okay, add another item using okay. Let's go ahead and say something like, let's create two more variables. The first variable is gonna be a standard string of name ending with a semicolon. The second is going to be a integer of power ending with a semicolon. So I will be adding a standard console output with an insertion operator. This is going to say something like enter a name okay, for your item ending with a semicolon. That said, let's go with a standard console input with an extraction operator. This is going to extract my name variable. So I'm going to go with name ending with a semicolon. And then I'll go ahead and add a standard console output with another insertion operator. This is going to say something like enter a damage for your. I'll go in a new line, add another insertion operator. Okay, for your name variable, whatever the user entered the name. Okay, enter a damage for your name. Okay, maybe I'll go with a colon and a space with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Okay, perfect. And once the user does that, I do want to go ahead and append my name and my ask inside of my vector. So, okay, let's go ahead and check something. So my inventories is vector. I'll go with something like my inventories is vector dot the push underscore back function. I want to push back something. I want to push my name as, let's say, the name parameter, and my ask actually, and my power as my power parameter. Isn't this how that works? Okay, I think, how do I like create an object and push that object inside of a vector? I've never like done that before. Maybe I go with, oh, it's called, okay, my bad guys, it's called item. Item.push underscore back. My items is whatchamacallit. Okay, my items is class dot push underscore back. Can't I use push underscore back? Huh. Okay, let's see. So my name variable, my power variable for the two parameters. Okay, variable name is not a type name. Variable power is not a type power. I think that is like a type. That's name is a string, power is an integer. Push underscore back, expected an identifier. Okay, maybe I actually asked that part on how do I push a, an object inside of my class. Let's copy that, get sensei/chatgpt here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste that, go with shift enter and say something like, sensei, how do I push a, how do I push my name and power and make a object for my vector question mark, I honestly haven't done that before. Okay, sorry for interrupting, but how can you show me that but can you show me the code real quick? Honestly, I could like run the code, but it wouldn't like print anything much because like I haven't said, but I'm almost done though. Curly braces. Should I go with curly braces? Are you intermediate or beginner? Honestly, I would say I'm like depends. In C++, I feel like I am like a beginner. That said, like if I like say all my programming experience, then I'm still a beginner, guys. No man, I'm still a beginner. Oh, okay. So items dot push underscore. Okay, so inventory dot push underscore back. I want to push back item with these parameters. Oh, that actually makes sense. Okay, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT here. Okay, don't run it. Just show me the code. Oh, okay. So this is like basically the code. So I start off by including IO streams and including vector. Then I create a class called item. I private my two data members and then I publicize my constructor. I publicize and create a copy constructor and then I create a assignment operator because I am working on copy constructors and assignment operators in the stream. That's it. I do create a show status method as well that displays my items as name and power. And then in my main function, I create a vector which consists of only objects of my item class. It is called item, and then I create 3 item objects. Okay, and then I go with a for loop that displays all my items. Maybe I go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator of a standard end line. So I could just get a new line. The standard end line ending with a semicolon. What does this output? Guys, I'm actually almost done. Okay, let's see. So I go with something like my inventories is vector.push underscore back function. I want to push back something from my items as class. So I'll go with item code fast. Guys, almost done. Give me a check. There we go. Nice work. I appreciate you, Dev. Okay, there we go. This makes more sense. Let's go ahead and end this with a semicolon now. So inventory.pushback. I want to push back item. That is the name. That is the power. Okay, let's add a else clause now. So I'll go with something like else, a pair of curly braces. Hi, I've just joined. What are you building and what language is this? Honestly, I am working on what you call the copy constructor and assignment operator, and this is C++. That if someone wants to start coding today, what's your personal recommendation of tutorials and resources? Guys, honestly, if you're like a complete beginner, I would recommend to start actually learning Python, and then I would recommend to like do explore which you prefer the most, but YouTube tutorials are definitely the better choice to go if you're like a complete beginner. Although if you do have like 50 days of experience, maybe even 20 days of experience, then you can move on to like learning through AIs, but not until you actually don't understand what stuff means and all that stuff. Okay, tip, always prefer using forward slash n over end line for a new line because standard end line also flushes the stream impact performance. Oh, I see. I want to get that chop on one live chatter. Okay, nice, I got it. That's actually pretty insane though. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and break. Else I'm gonna break. Okay, so if my ask is not equal to done, I do that, else I break if it is equal to done. I think that's pretty much it. Let's go all the way up. Okay, let's see. So it says add a while loop and then create a copy of the first item in the vector into a new variable. Create a copy of the first item in the vector into a variable. Okay, so I could go with something like into a new variable, create a copy of the first item. So maybe I could use a for loop, so I'll go with something like thanks, appreciate it. Guys, it's actually pretty insane getting number 1 in the chat. Okay, so I'll go with something like for every integer of I which equals to 0, while my I is, let's say, less than something like okay, let's go with my items. Actually, my inventory is vector. My inventory dot size, I'm going to increment my I by 1, so I'll go with something like I plus plus. Okay, let's go with I plus plus. And then I'm going to add a pair of curly braces and do something. Let's see. Okay, you get stuck in that loop, by the way. You never set the ask variable to done. You'll get stuck in that loop, by the way, because you never set the ask variable to done. Honestly, oh, I should actually mention the user to like, whatchamacallit. Okay, let me actually mention something like done to exit. So I'll go with something like, okay, let's go with something like done to exit. Okay, so now if my user hits done, they exit. This is going to be lowercase done, so I'll go with something like done. There we go. Okay, perfect. Next up, let's go all the way down here. We go with something like for the integer of I which equals to 0. I'm gonna do something. So, create a copy of the first element in the vector. So I could go with something like my inventory's vector at index of 0, first element. I gotta create a copy of it that equals to, okay, I'll go with something like my item class. This is gonna be something like item 1, add a pair of parentheses. Honestly, maybe I go with like something like item 1. Okay, just code fast, guys. Okay, I actually should code fast. Okay, how do you decide what to learn or practice today or tomorrow? I do have like a whole roadmap. I did ask like Sensei slash ChatGPT to give me a whole roadmap. That's it. I do like follow that. I asked this question to every code is just code art form. I asked this question to every code is coding a art form. Yeah, bad tunes. Oh, I see. Huh. Okay, so if this doesn't work, instead, let's see. Create a copy of the first item in the vector into a new variable. So let's go with something like integer of new variable. Maybe I create the new variable here. So I'll go with something like integer new variable. Okay, so I'll go with something like new variable. Okay, ending with a semicolon here is going to be equal to my inventory. Okay, at index of 0, ending with a semicolon. Does that work? Okay, it actually doesn't work. Isn't that index of 0 my first element? Make it inventory at index of I. If I do inventory at index of I, then like whatchamacallit, it would like go through all my items, but I just want to go over my first my first element. That is going to be at index 0 though. Can I do that like outside my for loop? So I'll go with something like new variable, okay, equals to my inventory at index of 0. Does it work here? Okay, it doesn't work here either. Okay, let's go with a bunch of control Z's. Maybe I go with the control A, control C again and ask Sensei slash ChatGPT. Okay, because guys, this is actually the first time I am working on a question like this. It feels like a little complicated. Assign the last element in your inventory to be copied, print all items. Okay, let's go with shift enter and say something like, let's say, how do I set, or actually, how do I create a copy of my first item in my inventory? It shows me a red underline. Okay, change new variable type to item, not integer. Can we do that? Okay, you're fascinated by AI in it. Honestly, guys, yeah, I do prefer AIs. Like, they actually are pretty cool. I do want to eventually make like a lot of AIs. That's a okay item. Does this work? Okay, I don't think I could. So, who gave you this question? How do you find one? Honestly, I do get the question from Sensei slash ChatGPT, like instructional based question. That said, people, I see exactly what you tried to do. New variable as I'd expected it to work. No, inventory index of 0 is just an item, not object, not an integer. You cannot assign it to integer. That's why your IDE by underlining it like screaming toddler. Here's how you actually create a copy of the first item. So create item copy of first item equals to oh, I see. And then item or if you want assignment operator, item copy of first item placeholder 0, temporary object copy of item equals to item step by step call copy of item oh, I see. Okay, that actually does make sense. Okay, so instead of going with a for loop, I could just go with something like item of new variable equals to my inventory is this vector. So my inventory at index of 0 ending with a semicolon. That gives me a copy. And then if I want to go ahead and create a assignment operator, then I'll go with something like my items as class. This is going to be called something like assignment operator. Okay, maybe I go with something like, there we go, assignment operator. Okay, I had to like lowercase this, so let's go with something like assignment. There we go, assignment operator with a pair of, let's go with parentheses. And inside of my assignment operator, I'll go with my items as class with a pair of parentheses. This is going to be something like a new item. I want to replace my item with something like is it Java? No, it's actually C++. That's it. Oh, I didn't know C++. Lol. Oh, I see. Okay, easier than Java. Okay, let's go with something like maybe something like scissors. And scissors have something like 25 damage. Okay, is this how we had to do it? Oh, okay, actually I don't go with my item. Instead, I just like remove these. There we go. I go with assignment operator ending with a semicolon, and then let's see, I go with copy of first item equals to inventory at index of 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy that. I want to replace with Control C. I want to copy that only, paste it here. Assignment operator equals to inventory at index of 0. Okay, ending with a semicolon. Okay, that's actually, okay, this actually makes sense. So new item equals to this thing, and then assignment operator, I replaced my first item with my, whatchamacallit, assignment operator. Okay, always start with Python. That actually makes so much sense. I did like start with Python. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and add a for loop with a pair of parentheses. This is going to be a index-based for loop. So for every integer of I which equals to 0, while my I is, let's say, less than my inventories is vector dot the size function, I'm going to increment my I by 1, and then let's go with a pair of curly braces and do something. Nah, C++ syntax is harder. Managing a full Java project can be hard, but generally C++ is harder. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to be going with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator. These are going to be my inventories items. So I'll go with something like my inventory at index of I dot, let's say, show status. Okay, and then I'll go with a pair of parentheses to invoke the function and hit a semicolon to end the whatchamacallit. Okay, perfect. Standard console output, inventory at index of I dot show status. Okay. Honestly, in that case, instead of a standard console output, I will just go with my inventory. Okay, perfect. Lastly, I'll go with a standard console output with an insertion operator. Okay, standard console output. This is going to say something like inventory items. Okay, perfect. And then I'll end that with a semicolon. These are going to display all my inventories item. And then lastly, let's go ahead and display my new variable as well. So I'll go with something like new variable. Okay, standard console output with an insertion operator of my new variable. So I'll go with new variable with a / new line ending with a semicolon. Lastly, let's go ahead and return 0. Okay, perfect. Okay, honestly, I might just go with something like new variable.show status. Okay, and then a pair of parentheses to invoke the function. Okay, and then remove that. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and add a standard console output with an insertion operator of a standard end line ending with a semicolon. Okay, I actually might go with something like a standard console output with an insertion operator of a / new line. That gives me a separate line. And AU is better than other lang there in the market. Oh, I see it. Python does not teach you standard syntax principles which are present in most of the languages. Oh, I see. You're making my head hurt. I just started my first year and I don't understand crap about Java or any tips. Guys, I think the best tip, like in general, like I haven't started Java, so I might not have like JavaScript tips. That's a general programming tip that I would like recommend is like to program every single day, even if you don't feel like it, because like it's better to walk slow than to not walk in general. Okay, well, Java is a canon event. I can't wait to start Java, guys. That's it. If I were to hit Control S to save the code and run the command, let's see what happens. Stick to Python. Python is pretty fun too. Okay, okay, let's see. Values. Guys, do I have like errors or something? Okay, line 90. So let's go to 90. So, okay, maybe not 90. Did I like return? Okay, I did return this. That said, let's go with the Control C, copy that, get some say/ChatGPT here. Let me go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter and say something like, let's say, I feel like I messed up, question mark. Did I mess up? Let's see. Okay, up people, I see exactly where you tripped. You're leaving your power uninitialized, and when you push new items into the vector, look at this part. Okay, my power is uninitialized. Okay, go with standard console input. Oh, you never... Wait, didn't I go with an extraction operator? Are you beginner or advanced at coding? What programming language are you learning? Honestly, I would say that I am a beginner. That's it. I am learning C++. Don't use GPT this much. Honestly, I usually don't use ChatGPT so much slash Sensei. I just use it when like I feel like I am like learning a new topic and what you call it. I don't know the syntaxes because first I do understand the syntax and then I do it myself. Because like this was like a pretty new topic because I've like never worked with like vectors that consist of objects in it, so I didn't know the syntaxes. That's it, guys. I feel like this was kind of on me in the while loop that I didn't add an extraction operator. That was kind of stupid. Okay, where's the while loop? Okay, there's power, and then entry damage. Entry damage for your name. Okay, let's go with something like a standard console input with an extraction operator of my power variable, ending with a semicolon. GPT isn't writing his code for him, he's using it as a tool to learn. Honestly, that does make sense. Hey, someone probably asked you already, but what are you, okay, are you using an insertion? Are you using insertion using namespace std to avoid typing std every single line, for example? Honestly, many people do like actually say me that. Actually, more than many people do say me that. But the reason I don't use it is because some of you guys did say me that in bigger projects, not prefixing with standard could cause like name conflict. So it is a pretty bad practice to use using namespace std. That's it. Let's go ahead and control S and run the command and see what happens. He should try solving first himself. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. Okay, that's set to the power. Okay, let's get Sensei back here. Let's read it. Okay, everything else in the constructor assignment operator is perfect. Okay, I did that actually. Another problem, your while loop never ends because ask never changes your reading name from the user, but comparing it to ask. Okay, it should be something like while true if ask equals to done break, else I do that. Okay, that actually does make sense. So, okay, let's remove the else clause in that case. And then maybe I go ahead and like copy all this, delete that and paste it under my if statement. There we go. Can maybe go with shift tab to the indent. Okay, and then if my ask is not equal to done, I mean if it's equal to done, I'm going to break. There we go. C++ is good for a start because you can first learn the procedural programming to get a grasp of the programming, which is based for more complex, which is good grasp of the concepts then, and then switch to object-oriented programming, which is based for complex projects. Oh, I see, kind of stunning his learning as he is using it to debug instead of traditional trial and error to documentation. Oh, I see. I mean, isn't it like normal to even learn like this? Okay, Python is for fun. It's like a safe speed spot where you can always go back to. Oh, I see. Honestly, that does make sense. Okay, let's go ahead and control S to save the code. If I run the command, let's see what happens. Python is definitely not for fun. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's read the errors actually. Okay, there are way too many. So it says include. Hold up. Value error. Static fails. Okay, let's see. After I break, if ask equals to done, I break. Oh, although I do go for a name. If name equals to done, let's go with something like name, and then remove ask. There we go. Because I don't extract ask. Okay, now if I hit Control S, I mean yes, but in comparison to Java, you can start with procedural instructions before getting into classes and objects. Oh, I see. Okay, Python is just easy. Actually, guys, Python was kind of easy. It lets you learn pieces by pieces. Huh. Okay, let's go with the controller. Control C, copy that. Just name, then entry damage. Hold up, guys. For my damage, why did I go with name? The entry damage for your name. No, my bad, guys. Okay, let's get Sensei slash ChatGPT back here. Let me go ahead and paste this and say something like, let's say, it still feels like I messed up. Feels like I messed up, question mark. Okay, let's see. People, I see it clear as day. Your while logic is still broken right now. You do while loop, Okay, here's the problem. Check name equals to done before user even enters anything. At that moment, name is just an empty string, so the check, Okay, so I go with the standard console output, name. Oh, I did forget, like, whatchamacallit. Hi guys, how are you doing? I appreciate you joining the stream. I started learning Python the other week and got pissed with lack of scooping, or rather, an outer scope is available in an inner, even though it was never passed. Oh, I see. Okay, fun and like you don't have to bang your head for like hours to make the program. Okay, work for me. Python just clicked so well. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense. Because I do see like in bigger C++ projects how complex it would be. Because like we should even like whatchamacallit pay a lot of attention on like our scope resolutions, like how I just messed up here just now. It's like I did actually forget because like in Python, even if like my if name equals to done was above, it wouldn't have mattered much. Okay, now for it controllers to save the code and run the command. Let's see what happens. Duh. Okay, there's still a small error. And then you go with inventory.pushback. Okay, let's go ahead and exit that. There's inventory.pushback. Okay, see that? Your name logic. Da, da, da. Okay, why are you ignoring me, guys? Actually, am I? Python is one of the strongest languages. Oh, I think I actually missed that. Okay, honestly, that does make sense because like people, I've heard like many people say that they use like Python in almost every complex stuff because like I've heard that Python is pretty strong because of all the libraries that it has. Okay, that's it. Let's say something like say, uh, it feels wrong now as well. I get a bunch of errors, question mark. Huh, honestly, I feel everything does look pretty correct. Here's the culprit. Item, item operator, item target. Notice your construction and assignment operator. Okay, take item at target, not const. Is that like necessary? Oh, I did actually forget to add const. Although, does not adding it make any this thing? I asked about the discard, you skipped over it. Oh wait, did you? Let me actually scroll all the way down. Okay, I asked about the discard. Honestly, guys, to like whatchamacallit, get the Discord servers link, you guys could like type exclamation Discord on chat. Okay, that said, my Nightbot actually is kind of messing for. It's kind of messed up for some reason because like every 15 or 25 minutes it should like give the Discord link randomly in chat. Okay, that's it. Let's go to my constructor and copy constructor. They both need to be consts. Okay, read the compiler, guys. Nightbot is actually kind of messed up because like my Discord link isn't popping up. There we go. Read the compilers before straight to chat GPT. Ignoring the compiler output is really a bad habit. Honestly, that does make sense. Okay, give me a sec, guys. Let me actually paste the Discord's link on chat. Okay, let's go right there. Okay, let me go there. Okay, and then let's go ahead and copy that. Go to YouTube. Okay, guys, I think this link should work. There we go. Okay, that link should work. That said, okay, both are cons. Let's go with the controllers to save the code and run the command. Honestly, I should actually read the compiler's errors as well. Okay, that said, copy constructor. Okay, there we go. So it needs to be cons. No wonder. I don't even understand how did that make much. I didn't understand how did that make such a difference. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add something like maybe a pole. Okay, how much enter damage for the pole? I want to enter something like 50 damage. Okay, copy constructor used, and then I'll go with something like done. Okay, these are my final items. Okay, let's go with something like done. Item shield, rope, sword. Okay, perfect. Let's go with the controller control C. Howdy, Dev. I appreciate you joining the stream. After all, he's coding while interacting with an active chat. This is hard. Honestly, yeah, that does make sense, guys. Okay, that said, let's get some say/chat GPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with shift enter and say something like, Sensei, it works, ... Although I don't take credit for this question because I did get a lot of help. That said, I am actually planning to end the stream right now because I do have a lot of college assignments. So before I end the stream, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers, question mark? Guys, I should fix my typos. I don't know how it's even Sensei gonna understand that. Okay, listen up, viewers. If you think mastering C++ is easy, think again. People people here just wrestle the copy instructor, assignment operators, vectors, and loops all in one program. This is the kind of grit that separates a coder from a champion. Remember, the code doesn't care if you're tired or have assignments. You either figure it out or you get left behind. Errors is a step closer to mastery. Keep pushing, keep breaking stuff, and keep fixing it. People, go crush those assignments. The real battle awaits, but you've got this. Hugs, kisses, head pats for you. You've earned it, guys. That did not make me blush. ChatGPT is going to say it. I loves you. Okay, ChatGPT is going to say it loves you guys. That actually makes no sense. I wish it did. That's it. Let's go to my main camera. Okay, alrighty guys, that's basically pretty much it for the stream. That said, no, the big question is how you don't run out of ChatGPT trial. Are you premium user? Honestly, I don't even like. Actually, I am using the free version of ChatGPT. That's it. It is pretty. What you call it? I don't even understand how can I like use ChatGPT without like running out because like I am using the online ChatGPT. I just have like an account. That is not like what you call it. It's not like ChatGPT Plus. I think like Sensei loves me, guys. That said, alright, good luck on your assignments. I'll go sleep. It's 10. Honestly, I appreciate you sticking through the stream, Dev. Good night, sweet dreams. Make sure to get your 8 hours of sleep. That said, guys, I'm actually planning to end this stream right now. So if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like helps with my algorithm, share makes me smile, and subscribe means I get you on top. And guys, I'm really close to getting my PC. Once I do get my actual PC, I will actually record myself or stream myself building the PC and then upload it. And once I do build my PC, I need to have an actual PC. That is gonna fix all my stream lag, and once my stream lag is fixed, I will start multi-streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, maybe TikTok and Instagram as well. So if you guys haven't followed me on TikTok and Instagram yet, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, or like in general, even on like Twitch, Kick. That said, whatchamacallit, I actually forgot. That said, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace. God, I wake up in 5 hours. 5 hours is pretty less, although I appreciate you sticking to the stream. Dev, good night. I'll catch you in the next stream. Okay, let's go ahead and end the stream.